Hey everybody, welcome to our Christmas special, because that's what I'm calling it, because that's what I decided. Unfortunately, Nick and Jules from Nivial Exotics could not join us tonight. Sending lots of love to Jules. She's currently, I don't know if she got out yet, but she's in the hospital right now. So lots of love, Jules. I hope you feel better. These guys here graciously accepted to come on last minute. So I'll introduce everybody. Or actually, why don't I just let everybody go around, introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, in case people don't know you. I would be shocked if people didn't know you by now. But let's start with Will. Wait, he's that way.
Royal Canadian Reptiles, Toronto, basically, outside of Toronto, Canada.
The DG King.
That's what I do, breed ball pythons.
What about you, Adam?
I'm Adam Wilks, Morphs by Design in New York. Breed ball pythons also.
Yeah, we're not going to have many different answers here. I'm sure if you're tuning into this, you've seen me on here before, but obviously, Chris, Reptile Ward. I also breed ball pythons, surprisingly.
Shocker.
What is this? My third time on your channel? Third.
I can't even count. I don't know.
Yeah,
you may as well just get a guest spot at this point.
Yeah, no, there was the one with me and you, then there was the one with Sal, and now this one.
Yeah.
So
this one's actually earlier. Hopefully, Jhun from Ballistic is coming. He's rushing to come log in as soon as he gets off work, which will be fun.
Thanks.
I also feel I am not worthy of this table, but I mean, it's my channel. So,
I don't know why you keep saying this worthy crap. We just make snakes. Like
Legit.
I haven't made a snake yet. I'm still over there being like, Chris,
to be completely honest with you, they do all the work. We just fucking let them do it. we really don't do a whole lot other than clean them. They do everything else for us. Like,
I'm still over here like getting like the phone in the right angle, and then send a message to Chris being like, does that look locked to you? Like, and he's like, they were seconds away from it.
They were close. You might have scared them off.
No, they never move. They're like just like look at me and be like, kill.
Yeah, you'll get eggs this year. You'll get eggs this year.
Are you getting any locks, or are you saying you haven't witnessed any?
I witnessed, but I think is locked, and then I send it to Chris, and he's like, I don't care, it's a bit that close. I'm like, crap.
Yeah, you were basically either you were catching it right before or like right after. So it had happened. Like it was either going to happen or it had happened.
Oh, so they're still all twisted together, but they're
then you're
sitting
fine.
on. Oh yeah, they're like on their tails, like all just together. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave you. Was it hard in the beginning for you guys, like getting used to this?
It was a learning curve for sure. I mean, nothing beats experience, right? Like just do it over and over and over again, and it gets easier and easier. And you start to recognize the signs, and like your first year, it's honestly just put them together and cross your fingers. You can do all the research in the world, but nothing beats that hands-on experience of actually seeing it with your own eyes. And seeing what an ovulation looks like, seeing what a lock looks like, that's irreplaceable experience, right? And once you have it, and you understand what you're looking for, things get a lot easier for you, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam? How was your learning curve in the beginning?
Well, it's true, like what Will was saying, nothing beats hands-on experience. You kind of learn as you go, whether it's, mistakes or just questions that you have to find the answers to yourself. Eventually you experience it all. I'd say the biggest thing, which I'm sure every breeder is familiar with, the first time you get into it, you kind of have no direction and you want it all. You kind of you're picking up the cool genes, but at the end of the day, you're not picking up the right females with a certain male that could be in the back of your head that you might want to use. And then the reality is in a year or two, you have a different direction, but at least you got the girls in place. I started off everywhere. I had an ARS rack filled with everything. I grew too fast too, so just growing too fast, overwhelmed, where things might not be busy as you're growing, but all of a sudden you get hit in the face with other life stuff, and it's not manageable at the time. You go from one animal to 20 animals, and you don't know, and you gotta grow slow. Pick up one animal at a time, make sure it's manageable, move on. And I'd say, I started off in 2012, maybe 2014. I sold my whole collection. Actually, I don't know if you know Dave Palumbo and his Muscle Serpents. He has a channel. I sold everything to him and started from scratch a year or two later, and I learned from my mistakes. I'd say number one, go very slow.
Yeah.
That's a good point that a lot of people actually don't mention on a lot of these videos. Yeah. A lot of people jump into this and they just want to do it all right away, and they pair up every animal they have available and they cross their fingers, and after a year or two you get that first big year with a lot of clutches, and all of a sudden you're just overwhelmed. You go from having only say 30-40 snakes to having, depending on your clutch size, 70, 80 like babies to look after plus all your adults. Like it's a lot really quick. So yeah, you definitely have to be prepared for it when you're walking into this.
Yeah, I said thank God I'm a stay-at-home mom, so like I'm home with the animals, because there's no way like the both of us could start out as strong as we did if I didn't stay home with the animals. And I mean the children too, I guess, but mostly the animals.
Ew, kids, gross.
Oh, you're fond of one of them. All right, Northeast Morphs got a good question. How to get males that are breeding back on food? I have an important male that lost 4 times and now he refuses food.
I want to hear Will's answer on this first.
Yeah.
I hate that question.
Me too. Me too.
Did you breed them too early? Is my initial gut reaction there. How big is he? Because one thing that you can do is you can take a small male, try and breed him, but when he goes off of food, generally it's a 2-month window from the time they go off of food. Put them by themselves, don't introduce them again, and you'll get back on food within 2 months. But if you get them into that breed mode, I mean, you can try, I don't know if you've been feeding them rats, you can try mice. Mice they can do it. ASS can do it as well. But yeah, that's a tough one, especially with young. I really try not to introduce males until they're like 800 grams, because I anticipate them going off of food. I don't really try the 500, because you run into that situation. They lock once or twice, and then he goes off of food. The female's 25 millimeter follicles, and you're sitting there like, fuck, he's not going to breed. What do you do now? Now you have to pivot and use a different male. Hopefully that's not the case for you. Hopefully he gets back on food. I'd try mice and then try ASS.
I had that happen last year, actually. I had a dreamsicle male. I had 2 double het females, and I had a dreamsicle male. And I had nothing else for them, and he was like 550 grams. So I was like, let's see what happens. So I paired him up to one.
He said he's 18 months old and 1,100 grams. Then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If he's off food and he's 1,100 grams, let him breed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't panic. I thought he was going to be like 400 grams. And be like, but if he's 1,100 grams, he's got tons of reserves on his body to handle the breeding season.
Yeah, that's not a small dude.
No, that's a good
I don't think any of my males are 1,100 grams, so.
I have a 1,500
solid.
gram male.
Yes.
And he didn't eat his last meal, and I'm like, I don't care. You're 1,500 grams. I'm not stressing. That my big clown boy.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
People got to stop stressing out when their snake doesn't eat. It's the number one question that I get asked at least once a day. What do I do to get my snake back on food? When did it last eat? Last week. Relax. Relax. They're ball
That's
pythons.
true.
You're gonna go off food. You're gonna have hunger strikes. They're gonna do their thing. Don't worry about it. Because for a snake, not eating for like 3 weeks is like you not eating for like 5 hours. It's not that big a deal. So
I remember I had one that wouldn't eat, and I mean, she didn't eat for a while, and she was really tiny. And I messaged Chris, and I'm like, "Well, I've tried this, this, and this, and this. What would you do now?" He's like, "Take it for a drive in the car."
It works sometimes.
Sometimes.
It didn't work for her. She was just super, like she was young, super stubborn. I mean, she came from Billy. She took some of his stubbornness, I think. But she's fine now. She's great. But I think it pushed us back a whole season of growth for eating. Like, she didn't eat for like 3 months almost.
And that happens with females, unfortunately. That's one of the parts of this hobby. You know, you buy or make these females that you're super excited for, and you're like, oh yeah, 2 to 3 years, I'm going to make all sorts of stuff. And, you know, sometimes that just doesn't happen. I have a female that's like 18 months old that's ready to breed. I have other ones that are 4 years old that I wouldn't pair up yet. It happens. It fucking sucks, but it happens. So
yeah. I mean, you get numb to like in the beginning it concerns you a lot, but eventually you get numb to it. You're used to it. All right, it's not eating. I've been there, done that. Literally, you can go upwards to 8 months. The thing wouldn't eat. Boom! It just turns on, pounds. I feed all frozen thawed, and typically people cave after a few months and give a live and ASF. Eventually, those things kick back on. I refuse to go back to live, and they take it, and then they slam, and it's like, they picked up right where they left off.
Little trick if you want one. If I have females that are eating rats up to that wall, and that wall is kind of like a make-believe thing. It's not real. Some snakes will do it, some won't. But if you have females that are like getting close to that breeding size that go off of food, put them on ASFs. I know people are going to go like, "Oh my God, you're crazy," but hear me out. What you do is you give them ASFs. ASFs are like candy for them. They're going to want them. They'll pound ASFs right up until breeding weight. You pair them, and then once you pair them, they go in like a food craze. Doesn't matter what you put in the tub. You put a ham sandwich in, they're going to grab that. It's so you can switch as soon as you flip them from ASFs, get them into breed mode. You can flip them off of ASFs back onto rats, and then get them going, and then they generally go on to produce a clutch for you.
I wish we had ASF here, like none.
They're
magic.
That doesn't eat, put an ASF in.
They're magic.
I shouldn't say we have none. The local pet store sells them here as winter white African mice as pets for $21.99 each.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous. You could get yourself like, how many snakes do you have?
Like in the 20s.
Oh, so really you need to be producing, if you were going to feed every snake.
I breed rats. I breed my own rats.
So if you were going to feed, realistically, like for the amount of bad feeders you're going to have, you need like a 1.2 ASF.
Yeah, I thought about literally grabbing a couple just to start a colony and in case.
So, Kathleen, one thing you haven't mentioned, all of us here, except for one person, have done a few of these before. So, people have likely to have seen, obviously, Will's stuff on Instagram and on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But Adam here, this is his first time on video.
It is, and I can't believe I forgot that, because usually I'm really good at remember that. So this is Adam's first time on video ever.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar with Adam, Morphs by Design, dude's doing some unbelievable stuff. The animal that we were talking about in the group chat earlier today, Adam, you made that, right? The clown?
Yeah, the OD yellow belly red stripe fire. Yeah.
Yeah, you made that? Let's see if that is way too bright. Let's see if this shows up on camera here. Wow, that's not showing up very well. If you guys can see that, just go on his damn Instagram. Like it's, we were talking about it earlier today, and it's easily the nicest clown that was produced this year by anybody. So,
speaking of clowns, hi.
Look at that guy. There he is.
What up?
What's up,
Speaking
man?
of clowns.
I made it, man. I made it. Sorry.
Yay!
Better late than never.
Yeah, man.
We were just talking about clowns and you entered the chat. The ball pythons. Don't take it, Chris.
Me? I don't know what you're talking about.
So what I missed?
Well, we were talking about snakes that don't eat.
We all have ball pythons, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Let me pick one.
Let me pick. It's funny how they're all so different because I have some that are like garbage disposals, and then I have some that are like I only want to eat every second week. Like,
I have an animal behind me at the top of this rack. It's a orange stream calico enchi spider asphalt female. And it hasn't eaten in or hadn't eaten in I don't even know how long. Like, yeah, I think it might have been like 6 months. I just been like, all right, I'll try you. Nah, you didn't eat. Take the rat out every week, right? This week it took a rat, and I was like, let's try another one. Threw another one in, took it. I was like, okay, you haven't eaten in a while. Have another one. Took fucking 3 like good-sized smalls. It's first time eating back on food in 6 months. So I was like, well, I guess you're eating again. That's great. It just fucking happens.
I have one that'll only eat like rats we produce. Like if I run out and need to go to the store and grab a frozen thawed or something, nope, it's only rats we produce it'll eat.
Are you tooting your own horn and saying that your rats are better than store-bought rats?
Yep.
No, I'm saying that this rat's annoying or the snake's annoying.
Says, mine only eats white mice or white rats. I need white rats.
I do have one that only eats males.
What?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
That's
nothing. That's nothing.
Every time
it's just a lock, like it's only.
Bullshit. No fucking way.
Or that's just like a coincidence, but
it's comprehend. That's a male. I want to eat that one. I think they just.
Well, because that's what I feed off is the males, right?
So you only offer males. That's why I only eat males.
No, but the one time I had to throw in a female, it was just a nasty one. I don't know if it was just that like rat. He was just like, no, I don't want it. And then I tossed in a male because again, we feed off the males mainly. And he's like, yep, that one's good. So I'm like, you asshole.
So it refused one female and you assume it won't eat that entire sex of rodent?
That's my story.
Do you feed live or frozen?
We do pre-kill. So there's a few of them that will do live and whatever we'll toss it in. But like if we can do pre-kill, we'll just do it that way. I don't like to do frozen thawed because in case somebody doesn't eat it, then I'm wasting a rat that could have been a breeder, right?
What if something doesn't need a pre-kill?
Then I move it to the next snake.
Couldn't you do that with frozen though?
No, because you have to thaw everything out at one time.
What Nick does,
So I
pre-kill,
yeah.
What Nick does is he'll thaw out. It's like 2/3 of the collection's worth of rats, and he'll go to feed, and then if he needs a few more to finish off, then he'll thaw those. So he doesn't go wasting a bunch. But it's super easy for him.
Yeah, we just grab one rat at a time, and toss her.
I mean, it's easy enough, I guess.
Yeah,
and then
what I do, I feed only frozen thawed, and I offer my picky eaters first, and then I save like my aggressive eaters for the end, and then I kind of have an idea which ones might be difficult, and if they happen to eat, then I just defrost another one for that one after I feed out. But I always offer my picky ones first, and then at least I know where I stand, because then when I defrost again, I know that the other ones are going to definitely take it.
Yeah.
So
do any of you guys breed your own rodents, or?
Oh yeah. I have to.
Yeah.
It'd be way too expensive to buy them. I need to produce like. We're in the process of designing a new rodent building because our current one can't keep up.
Right.
So we need to produce somewhere in the range of 600 rats a week.
Wow.
So yeah, it's quite a few.
Do I want to know the number of snakes you have?
Well, pretty much 600.
Oh, you even know.
Yeah, no, it's a baby season obviously jacks those numbers way up. Because if you do 70 clutches times 6, you need that many all at once. So it's that adds a lot of stress onto the rodent room. But I'd love to get into the situation where we're like completely what's the word I'm looking for? Self-sufficient. I don't need to bring any rats in. I don't need to supplement. I'd rather overproduce rodents and sell off the extras than have to be buying rodents.
Do you use Devin when you don't have enough?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he lives like 20 minutes away, so I can go. I call him all the time. Hey man, I need an extra 100. Hey, I need an extra 50. Hey, I need an extra half the time.
Nice.
Yeah, I drive him nuts because he likes a schedule. He gets to know how many I'm taking every week because it helps him with his planning. And one week I'm like, no, don't need anything. And then the next week I'm like, yeah, I need 200. He's like, yeah.
That's fair.
But we feed live. I tongue feed. I tongue feed live to the adults, and then babies I just pop them in.
Crazy.
I've had very, very, very few issues. You definitely have them arise. Occasionally you'll get to, I've had a rat go at a snake and chew it, and it's awful. But to frozen thawed feed the collection at the size it is would be, I'd need a full-time employee feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially like dangling. No, he doesn't want it. Oh, he doesn't.
I hate that.
Do
And you have to come back to make sure they didn't freaking leave it there to rot overnight.
Oh my god!
That is the worst smell you'll ever smell. It's
not as bad as a dead body.
It is a dead body.
You do what you got to do, buddy.
Human body.
How do you know?
I used to do cleanup of that sort for work years
It all
and years
makes
ago.
sense now.
Does it? Does that explain a lot?
Answers a lot.
Yeah. So we basically we'd help with crime scene restoration and stuff like that. We didn't actually do the body removal, but anything that came after that, we would go in and do, which was still not very nice. Very happy I don't do that anymore.
I used to work in a funeral home, so.
Oh man, what is up with you people?
We're messed up.
The clients don't talk back.
I would hope not. Yeah, I had one. This was a couple years ago. Killed the rat, started eating it, got halfway down, and then let go of it. And I'd already gone through it. I saw it halfway eaten. I was like, I took the clip off the bin. I was like, you ate. And I never did that again because she basically was sitting on a coil in the back of her bin, and the rat was under that coil. Well, she was sitting on the dead rat. And I went in the next morning and I was like, what is that smell? And I started checking every bin, and I checked the whole room. Couldn't find the rat because she's sitting on it. So the next day, I started like lifting snakes up, looking. I was like, there's something dead in this room. And I lifted the snake up, and there's this big blow. Oh,
I smell it already.
Yeah.
It's the worst freaking thing.
And then the when you actually have to pick it up and it like wafts, and you're just like,
Now you get the scented bags. So you can like put the bag over the rat, flip it, and then tie it, and it stays.
That's smart. That's smart.
We use the scented like dog poop bags.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Sal with Houses Gaia, Gaia was saying he wished they had live rats or were allowed to have live rats in Alberta.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal for them. I feel so bad. Like they can only have mice? I think I don't even know about ASF, but rats are illegal.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
It's actually funny in Alberta. that'll ship me certain snakes that they want growing quicker, and I'll just feed them rats, and I'll ship them back to them at breeding size. Because with rats, I mean, especially the one beauty I would say about breeding your own rats is like the snakes that if you are buying live rats and you're like, okay, on Friday I feed, and then 15 of your best females decide not to eat that day. 3 of them are in shed, 1 of them's going into shed. I'm able to midweek be like, oh, she just came out of shed, go grab a rat, here you go. She eats it. But she didn't skip a week of food, right? I'm able to do that. I guess you are with frozen too. You just thaw one out for her and go for it.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah. I like breeding. It's you save so much money breeding your own rats though. Like,
but you also expend your own time considerably. Like it's
10 times more than the snakes take. Easy. Easy.
The time
daily
is not equivalent to the money I would spend on rodents.
Yeah.
Unless I'm paying myself like $600 an hour. So
I mean, unless you've got a 6-year-old who loves rats and you can convince her to come help you.
How much can a 6-year-old do though?
You'd be amazed at what the 6-year-old can do. Like she's in there like scooping the poop and cleaning the stuff, handling the rats. Like we're good. I mean, she fed her own snake last week.
The one I sent you?
Yeah. She went and she picked out her own, like, the own rat for it, and she tossed it in and was like, look at me go. So, I mean, I have helpers, so.
Yeah, I tried that. My daughter, she's like a huge animal lover too. You probably see her in some of my videos too. But yeah, so with my rats, I tried to get her to help and here, play with these. And she always wanted to play with it. Since both kids were babies, they want to play with everything, including the rats, right? So she's playing with rats. I'm like, okay, we got to go. They're getting tired, right? Fuck, she walks out. 10 minutes later, she walks back in. She sees the rats in the snake's bin. She's like, what the? So she saw everything. So she doesn't really doesn't help me anymore.
Maybe my child's just evil. She's just like, yep, this is the one that's going to die now.
Yeah.
Like jumps it in and watches him eat it. I'm like, whatever, you're good. You're good. The stream didn't refresh for me. Yeah, you are late, Tyler. Tyler with Hype Up Reptiles.
Did you end up getting any questions when you posted on Instagram?
I got one.
Oh.
From Mr. Shane Kelly.
Is he even here?
Probably not.
What a dick.
I know. And I voted for him.
I told you not to.
Yeah, but Scarlet. But Shane Kelly wanted to know what's up with Canadian breeders. Are they taking over?
Yes.
Like that was...
Mm-hmm.
Simple answer, yes.
Yeah.
Adam's like, I don't know why.
It's mostly this guy and this guy, these two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing shit.
I was like, why are you pointing at me? Because it's in reverse.
You know what I meant.
I'm like, my big pairing is the Mr. Crystal Times Clown. Like, that's not taking over anything.
Are we all different on everybody's screens? Like, is it a different configuration for everybody?
No, I'm in the... So, no, that way. Jhun's down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same.
But in all honesty, I think there's a lot of guys in Canada that are making some really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. And I for a long time there, Canada could not compete with what was being made in the States. And I think collectively, the Canadian markets just really upped their game. I think those guys making some really crazy shit that, at the end of the day, I'm sure all of you guys are selling animals to the States. So what that's saying is people are choosing to buy out of Canada instead of looking for it in the States.
Mm-hmm. They're excited to buy from Canada.
What's that?
Like, they're excited to buy from Canada too.
Yeah.
Like, they'll vouch it. They're like, yeah, I've always
Send
wanted.
a little sample bottle of maple syrup with every snake, and
the thing that blows my mind is when I sell something to the States that they probably don't need to come to me for. You know what I mean? Like when they're just like, "Oh, I want to buy Canadian." Like, why? I'm not going to complain, but
half the projects Justin Goldsmith wants to get into, he'll get from Canada. Dreamscope asphalt enhancers.
You said the bad word.
Enhancers.
I'm not getting into this. Word. I'm not doing it. No, Jhun.
No.
He spelled DG wrong.
Yeah. Legit.
Oh God.
Not
this again.
Yeah, not this again, please. It's like beating
We've
a
got
dead horse.
Team DG versus Team Enhancer on here, guys.
I don't have anything. I have shit all
Team Enhancer?
I got into it because Will said to get into it because that's how he controls me. He doesn't even fucking do it.
He talks you into it, then sells you the stuff.
Fuck no! I can't afford anything from Will. You crazy? Now.
Professor Ron with CDM Reptiles says Canadians are killing it with HRA puzzle. That would be that guy there.
No, that's not me.
Cryptus and ketchup chips.
Ketchup chips kind of suck.
What?
Ketchup chips are
bad.
No. They have ketchup Doritos now.
Yeah.
I had to send Miguel a bunch of ketchup chips because apparently he's asked Will a bunch of times and he never did.
Because I've asked him 100 times for a T-shirt, he never sends it to me. So I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm not sending ketchup chips."
I sent it to him hoping I get a T-shirt out of it, and I didn't.
No. I just talked to him earlier today. I was like, "Yo, man, are we just gonna say fuck the T-shirt thing?" He's like, "Yeah, probably." I was like, "Okay, it's a lot easier. Just send me a snake, man. I don't want it."
I like that he always blames his wife. It's like, dude, I'm talking to you, not your wife. Like,
I even text Tina. I'm like, "Tina, what are you doing?"
In case anybody's wondering, they're talking about Miguel from Always Evolving Python. Just casually having a conversation with him. Actually, we asked it the other day, and it was something Paul Taylor with Snake Road Constrictors was interested. I know Chris's opinion. He wanted to know how you would start setting up double recessive project.
Oh. I'm gonna go get another drink so somebody else can answer this since I wasn't asked.
You answered it the other day. See what I deal with from him, guys.
Okay, what was that question?
So how would you go about setting up a double recessive project?
You really have to really think about which double recessive you want to work with first. Because they take up a lot of freaking space. Will probably can vouch for that. Like a whole freaking ARS rack for one project.
Wow.
It can. It doesn't have to, but it can.
Almost needs to.
If you want to really do it, yeah, it does.
Well, the way we hoard, yeah. It needs to.
Yeah.
So what would be maybe the most, maybe he wants to know the best way to start it, the most effective?
There's effective and then there's cost effective though, right? And you can easily get right into it and start off with your double recessive male or preferably female even, or start from 2 visual recessive, or even start from 2 hets. But that's a long ass project. I don't know if you want to go through that.
Do you know anyone who's successfully done made a double visual starting with hets?
Oh fuck!
Not
on purpose.
Yeah. Man, that's. I find
Matt pulled the fucking one out of his ass with the lightning. That wasn't on purpose though.
True.
Just a sec. I gotta go on Morphs Market real quick to find.
Gonna buy snakes now? Really? We're on a freaking live.
I don't know.
I may have some double het stuff, and I'm like, oh crap.
I've struggled with the best way to approach double recessives for a long time. The best way that I think is the best way. I may be wrong, but basically, once you have the best way is to build your collection of recessive females. First and foremost, have the recessive girls, and then what you can do is you need to pick. So let's say you have Desert Ghost. I'm just going to use our example for us. We had Desert Ghost we had clown, and we had puzzle, and we had lavender. Now, I knew that I wanted clown pretty much in all of those things. So we went out and picked up the most powerful clown that I could. And I put it to all my lavenders, all my desert ghosts, all my puzzles. And I made an army of double hats.
Wow.
Was that the clown that you sold to Michelle?
That was the first one I did it with. The following year, I picked up a with all different genes in them. So I'm getting the most amount of genes that I can into the double hats. I picked up a next level clown male, but it's my lavenders, my clowns, not my clowns. I didn't do clown to clown. I took a clown to puzzle, DG, and lav. And then this year, we're doing the exact same thing with a new clown male. And every single year, I'm introducing new genes into into all my double hats. And eventually, you're going to hit them. And the thing is if you make loaded double het combos, when you hit the double visual, math says if it's a 3-gene double het to a 3-gene double het, the mathematics behind that says the odds of you hitting the double recessive, still a 1 in 16, but when you hit the double recessive, it's statistically a 3 or a 4-gene double recessive combo. Mm-hmm. Now that you have that, you're off to the races.
That's a great way to do it, I guess, if you want to go het or double het to double het. I mean, you don't have a good chance of hitting, but when you hit hard, right? Like it just killer.
Yes and no, because this comes down to space. If you have the space to hold all the double het females, if I can put 6 clutches of double het to double het on the ground, there's a very good chance I'm going to hit one. It's only a 1 in 16, but if I can put 64 eggs down for that combo, the chances are very high that I'm going to hit one. And that's the double het game, especially if you're going to play double het to double het, is put eggs on the ground, because it realistically what we're doing is just statistics, right? Statistically speaking, I need 16 eggs to hit a 1 in 16. If I put 32 eggs, chances are I'm going to hit 2. You know, it's really just math. Like look at the odds and say, that's why there's 1 in 256 combos. They're so daunting, because you're like, how am I going to put down this many eggs? It's not realistic. You need to look at other ways to do that. That's when you start to do like a visual het to a visual het. That starts to really increase your odds. But there's other ways to do things. That's just my way. Whether
I was always against like double het to double het, triple het to triple het, until I saw the video where Justin was explaining why he was aiming for like quad het to quad het, and how it wasn't necessarily for the triple or quadruple visual.
Yeah,
which just blew my mind. Yeah. It was just like just how there was, I can't remember what he said, but it was like a 1 in 2 or 1 in 4 chance of hitting double visuals out of the clutch. Like
if you breed a quad het to a quad het, your odds of hitting a double. Now, the thing with that is you can't pick a double.
No, I know, yeah. You
just have to say a double is a 1 in 4, and a triple becomes a 1 in 16. But you can't pick the triples. So if you load for example, if you bred quadruple het, hypo desert ghost clown pied to quadruple het, hypo desert ghost clown pied, when you hit a triple, it's a fucking good one. Doesn't matter what it is.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I knew that's exactly the genes you were going to say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right, so yeah, that's the power of quadruple hats. Now, it becomes even crazier if you can add some codoms in there. That's when it becomes like, okay. I don't know. It's just my take on it, whether it's the right way or not. What the fuck do I know? Hey,
I don't know. I'm taking notes.
Make it till you make it.
I feel like Adam hasn't talked in a while.
I know. How would you start up a double recessive project, Adam?
I mean, well, the tough thing, my personal take, double recessive, it's hard when, everything's going to come out 66%. So you don't now you're going to really be filling up those bins. And in terms of in terms of selling, some of your inventory, obviously at 66%, it's not that as, desirable. I know it's easier said than done, obviously, because money is always, a factor, but buying a double visual female, and just raising it up, and then taking a powerhouse male, like visual het, the second recessive, now you're going to make some banana stuff like real quick. It's just laying out that money for the initial girl, but then you make a male, and then you have females that are visual het, for instance, I have a as it goes clown girl. I'm gonna make some crazy hets with it. I'm gonna take that orange dream that I made this year and have her take one for the team, make a het, and then I have a clown het desert ghost raising up, and now I have 2 girls to take like the male too. Hopefully I hit a nice male, but that's just the way I do it.
Yeah,
it's a solid way to do it if you can afford it. That's for sure. Like, you can't really go wrong when you're making guaranteed visual hets, right? It's just not necessarily financially feasible for some people.
The best way to do a double recessive product is to buy 1.5 visual. Yeah, for sure. 100%, no question. That's the best way to do it.
but we'll use me.
It's just
we'll
go
use
out
me
and
as
buy
an
it.
example.
Yeah.
We'll use me as an example because I'm new and I'm starting out, and I'm not like super financially savvy. I fell into a double het project. I literally got a Fasavi double het hypo clown male for $100. I wasn't passing that up. So what would be like my best way to make sure to go the next step with that guy?
Put it to a clown or to a hypo and keep visual pos hats.
Exactly. That's how I did it. Like probably one of my favorite and strongest projects is the clown pied stuff that I'm working with. It all started with a orange dream yellow belly double head clown pied. I bought him because I wanted orange dream pieds. My mind was like tunnel vision. But then at that point, so I put him to every pied I had and everything I could. Everything was possible head clown at that point, right? Growing these up, hoarded everything I could. So now I have the pumpkins, the orange dream pieds, and everything at breeding size now. As they're coming up, then I invested in the clown pied breeder male to prove everything out. Right, so you can use your male, make your hypos or your clowns that are 50% het, whatever the other, and in the future pick up your double visual, right? Yeah, because you hold back every female, whatever you make or whatever, and that's one way to do it, and slowly prove them out.
Yeah, I couldn't pass them up for $100. I was like, you're mine.
Yep.
So
honestly, you already have the one hypo female, but I would just go out and buy a few more. Hypo females are pretty, let's say, like economically priced right now. So it'd be a nice and easy way to sort of get yourself into that in a bit of a better position.
Yeah.
With that said, if anyone's selling a breeder hypo female, call me.
Right? I don't know why they're so cheap, man. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
I want more hypo. Like, I really do love that gene.
Very good.
And right now, something like DD or Enhancer, like those are just a little bit out of my reach at this second.
Especially if you're talking with one with like a breeder female, they get
Enhancers are more expensive.
What's that?
Yeah.
Enhancers are worth more. So maybe DG, but Enhancer.
I'm not even gonna start.
No, I do have a mahogany lesser HRA het hypo female that I'll eventually smash together just to see what happens. But yeah, I do want to get some more. I just lost the question somebody asked. Okay, somebody just sent in a question. They wanted to know what would be the best, what morph would you suggest?
It looks like a desert ghost.
For a new breeder to work with. Like, if you could suggest one more for a newbie to get into.
Okay, what? Repeat that.
Desert Ghost.
I knew that was coming.
Simple.
If you could suggest, like, what morph would be like a good starter morph for a new breeder coming in?
Clown.
Monsoon.
Let's be realistic, guys. I can't. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I just can't go out and buy a Monsoon.
Het Monsoon.
I don't even think I could buy a Het Monsoon.
I mean, you could buy a pos hat, and if you knew what to look for, you'd be fine. Since
wanna-
apparently
I'm
people are
curious
still
about
calling
that,
it recessive.
I want to see if they all actually prove out.
They will.
So we were talking about Will's God complex. That's what I'm fucking talking about right there.
I can show you stuff here too, man. I'm not. It's not just Will.
I guarantee it. But
It's crazy. It's crazy how visual they are.
what do you like working with?
Yeah, well, I don't
What do you
know
like?
this person. Oh, there's Billy. Hey, Billy.
Oh shit, Billy's here. What's
Billy
up,
in the
man?
house?
Yeah, Billy pops in occasionally.
What's up, Billy?
What's up?
Big supporter.
Billy, you're in my name.
Well, I don't know what the person wanted. They just said, what morph would you suggest a new breeder, to work with?
You can never go wrong with yellow belly combos, in my opinion. Yellow belly. I feel like when people get into the hobby, undersell it very much. Like they don't see the appeal of it, and it usually takes a while before they start picking up what it can do. So I if I had to just say something simple, yellow belly or yellow belly complex animals of some kind.
You can't go wrong with clown.
Yeah.
Clown, I mean, everybody wants it. It makes awesome shit. Simple.
I've
Never starting out right now, clown.
Something super visual like Tofino or a banana, something affordable these days that are super popular. Like, to be honest, it's gonna be their first snake. They're gonna be sharing the shit out of that one snake, trying to spread. Oh, look at me! And you've seen all that shit. The selfies and shit with the snake on their face and this and that, right? So they're gonna want something flashy to keep them interested. Like yellow bellies are badass, and they're gonna find that out eventually. But they're not gonna be able to tell the difference between that and a freaking normal. So
realistically, if it's a pet, if it's just something that you just want to get, I hate that I'm saying this, but you can't beat a pied.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You can't. I mean, they're just so visual, right?
I really like those super highway DG pieds, Will. They're my favorite.
I hate that snake.
Oh, the bumblebee or whatever.
That's gone.
Oh, that one's gone.
Billy says
It's gone.
Calico's teeth are amazing.
Especially in Orange Dream. Works
I
amazing
need-
in Orange Dream.
I need special too. Yeah.
Special's a great one.
For your first morph, probably not. I'm not going to pick
Now-
special.
Now, hold on. Repeat the question, because I didn't think it was for a pet. I thought it was a gene
No.
for somebody to get into for breeding.
It was, what morph would you suggest would be good for a new beginner to start with?
I mean, I suggested to a friend. I kind of combined what Will and Chris said. I got him to pick up a female yellow belly het clown. Gives him tons of options in the future. Especially if you ever wanted to, he can go the highway route, highway clown route. He has lots of options there.
So you can't go wrong with that.
Can't
But
go
like,
wrong
if
with the
that's your
clown
first
and the
snake,
highway stuff.
you're pretty set up. Yeah.
I mean,
I have a yellow belly
And
het
it's
clown that's
cheap,
female
too.
that's sitting in my rack right now, and I need to get rid of her, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of her because I kind of want to keep her, but I need to fucking sell snakes.
If anybody needs to buy any snakes, hit up the Reptile Wars.
No, don't do that.
What?
Because I kind of want to keep it.
I mean, there's also, Will and Jhun here. If you're
mean,
Canadian, if you're American, Adam gets everybody.
There we go. Yes, this guy.
Yeah, there we go.
So Adam, you obviously made some insane stuff. My girl, is she a 2020 or was she from last year?
She was last year.
Okay, yeah, because she's got some real size on her. Are you doing any more GHI clown stuff this year?
He's shopping. Freaking guy.
Yeah. I'm
asking questions.
Black Pastel Confusion pet clown. Going to a GHI Mojave clown.
Oh my god, that's insane.
So Chris, why don't you tell everybody what snake you got from Adam?
Yeah.
Just in case everybody's not sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we picked up Adam's Super GHI Mojave Het Clown female. And not only did we get it from him, but he was nice enough to hold on to it for us for months and months and months over this whole bullshit COVID thing that stopped us from importing animals. But she's got to be one of my top 3 snakes in my collection. Like, she's incredible. And that's the reason I bought it. Fucking guy.
Look at the head.
That's the Super GHI
Oh
clown.
my god.
Oh my god.
That is the reason I got that fucking female.
I changed my answer. I don't want to be Will when I grow up. I want to be Jhun.
What's that?
I said I'm changing my answer. I don't want to be Will when I grow up. I want to be you.
I want to be Jhun.
I want to be Will. I tell all the time, you're my freaking idol. He laughs, and then here I am crying in the background. I'm like, I was so serious.
It wasn't a joke.
It wasn't a joke. Yeah. What were you saying, Adam? You had a question about it?
So is that Krypton also?
So, yeah, that's a whole freaking other bag.
Oh.
It looks way different than the other ones that were produced. It can't be a Krypton. So, it can't be a cryptic, if you want to look at it like that. But look at Will. He's like, maybe. But no, it's just it can only really be, based on the pairing, a Super GHI clown.
That thing's nuts. Like, that forever was my favorite clown that I had ever seen.
It's probably the favorite I've ever had. It's
my god.
When that thing's head came out, I'm like, holy shit.
The Krypton stuff.
And you were the first one to make that, right?
I was the first one to
make that.
Yeah, it was me and then Garrick DeMeyer. I don't know what happened to his. If maybe they weren't Super GHI clowns because I never saw his ever again. But they could have just been dark GHI clowns. I'm not sure, but they've been made since for sure, and they all look different than mine. My head pattern's blank.
GHI is super variable as it is, though, right?
Yeah.
So
is the female I got from that same sort of lineage?
The female you got is a direct sibling.
Sibling to that female.
Mm-hmm.
Billy.
Very strange.
I think I'll double check. I'm pretty sure. If not a direct sibling, it's...
I saw Will's fucking wheels turning. He was like, "Oh."
Well, you've seen the other ones. Well, I showed you. Like, what the hell's going on?
The thing is, this Krypton stuff. I still think it's allelic with clown, but I saw a clutch recently that would disprove that. Now it's one clutch, and I think there may be something else going on in the clutch that it's like a Partho or something along those lines. But the problem with going out, I mean, I still very, very much believe that it's allelic and that there's something odd with this clutch, but I saw a clutch that would say that it's not. And now what?
Tell me more. What was in it?
Tell me more. I'm interested.
So Dan Yamovich, he hatched a clutch that doesn't add up. It doesn't. Big Dan, he hatched a clutch and he bred a Krypton to I think it was a Krypton to a visual clown, and got like legit stuff that looks normal, which you shouldn't. So I was like, this is really strange. Now it's one clutch, and I wonder if there's just something strange there, because everything that I've hatched, it plays exactly like an allelic, right? Every single one. So
what was the sex ratio?
I have no idea.
Was he also working with Blackhead and Spider?
Nope, none of that in there.
No, because I'm just thinking like Partho, but I know nothing.
A Partho wouldn't throw normals though; it would still throw either clowns or cryptics, depending on which one was a mom.
Yeah, I believe it was like I don't remember his pairing. It was like a GHI Krypton to a clown, and he got a GHI, which we've seen the GHI Krypton. It doesn't look like a GHI. So I maybe there's something weird. Maybe it's like retained sperm or something along those lines. I don't know. But it made me kind of, maybe we jumped the gun on the allelic thing.
Yeah, but it's kind of proven true for everyone.
Yeah, it's proven true across like, I don't know,
probably hundreds.
100 clutches now.
The thing is, though, with ball pythons, we've been playing with simple genetics for a long, long time. And there's a lot more complex genetics out there that could be at play in some of these things that are coming about that nobody's even aware of, right? So there could be another part to Krypton, Cryptic that we're not even aware of yet. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Like,
I wonder if he'll repeat the pairing
that nobody really even knows yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we don't even know how they happen. Like, look at Wilks Chaos stuff. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all we know, this is a freaking double recessive, and I don't even know it. And then I'll find out.
I think ball pythons are, we know they are. They're prone to spontaneous mutation. So that's what happened with puzzle, is they believe that they mutated in the egg and made a puzzle, and so the original pair.
I didn't know that.
The original pair of pastels, they bred together. Puzzles came out of that clutch. They rebred those pastels together a bunch of times. Not a single puzzle came out. That puzzle mutated in the egg and created a recessive gene.
Huh.
And now you can take that puzzle and breed it on. If you took a puzzle and bred it back to that original mom, you wouldn't make puzzles, you'd make heads. That's spontaneous mutation. That's what ball pythons do in the wild. Right? How do you get these genes? They mutate.
That makes me wonder if it's not spontaneous mutation, but if it's slight mutation with every single egg that we hatch. And eventually one of those animals just mutate the proper, like the right thing that, you know what I mean? Just changing everything.
If that was the case, then you should be able to remake them with the same pairing.
No. Sorry. What I'm saying is so every time an animal's made, something about it mutates, whether it's big, small, whatever, right? And maybe it just depends on where the mutation lies or where the mutant gene is that changes if it's a visual morph, as we call them, or not. So if that baby did mutate in the egg and it did just happen to hit that whatever it is that mutated it visually, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? Because if it's happening to every animal, just a little tiny fucking bit until something happens, then because it really does seem now that we're breeding on a much larger scale than ever before that things are kind of just coming out of fucking nowhere.
I wonder.
Speaking of, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Adam.
Speaking of a spontaneous mutation, that's where with the mahogany and stranger conflict comes into play. The stranger came from a spontaneous mutation. So to say that it's mahogany, it's not like it just got mixed in the shuffle. If you look back at Roland's breeding history, it came from a normal-looking clown. So that I say that's the biggest factor when it comes to whether mahogany and stranger are the same gene. That it didn't come, it wasn't lost in the mix. It mutated from a normal looking clown. So
I like this guy.
I wonder
if Morphs was saying Billy needs to chime in here on the cryptic clown talk. I take it Billy has opinions.
Well, I mean, Billy's working with cryptic and Krypton and all that stuff too. So
it's allelic.
Yeah, cryptic's not a gene I'm super familiar with yet. I mean, if Billy wants to pop in and talk about it, I can send him the links to the stream.
All I know is that I wish Krypton wasn't the name that was landed on, because I would be way more excited for it if it was something not Superman related. Ugh.
Why?
Just like Wookiee. Like, who decided Star Wars?
That one grew on me, though.
Wookiee? Yeah, me too. I like it.
All I know is there a super Wookiee? Because it better be called the Chewbacca. Like, seriously. Yeah. Like,
they named it the Chewbacca?
Chewie.
No way.
Yeah, Josh, I think he called it Chewie.
Yay! Sorry, that makes me happy a little bit.
It's nice. It's nice, and I answered a lot of questions. So now we all kind of thought Wookiee was chocolate, and I'm kind of doubting that now. I think Wookiee is to chocolate like Stranger is to mahogany, right?
We need to see what a Wookiee chocolate does. But one thing I can say that mega differentiates them is Wookiee is not allelic with spot nose. Chocolate is.
Has it been proven that it's not allelic, though?
Yes, because Justin's Wookiee clowns came from a Wookiee spot nose male. And he made Wookiee spot nose clowns in the same clutch. So,
I see what you're saying. Okay, yep.
So it can't be. Because he would have got either Wookiee or spot nose, not both.
You're right. Yeah. No, I got you now.
So it's not possible to be allelic. And we know what chocolate and spot nose is. And so to me, I was like, okay, well, that's not a thing anymore. If it's in a completely different complex, I still think that Wookiee is going to be in the blackhead complex.
Really?
Yeah. It behaves a lot like blackhead does.
You're talking visual forms of like other things, or just in general, like you're talking just clowns, just based on your clown experience, or
the gene Wookiee behaves like the gene blackhead does. Yeah. Now the super is very different, but I don't know. We'll find out.
I still want that.
I made a Wookiee spider. It doesn't look like a normal.
Yeah, I need Wookiee.
But it's yeah.
You have Wookiee yet,
Adam? No, I did want to scoop up a girl this year. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. So I was talking to Mark Bailey like a couple minutes after Justin dropped that video. He didn't even know or see it yet, and as I'm talking to him, he sold out of all his Wookiee stuff on Morph Market immediately.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have much up, but he was like, looks like I just sold out. I got to add another one. Like within minutes, people just came flocking to it.
So has anybody put Wookiee?
I think it has a lot of potential.
They have.
They have?
Black, very, very, very dark.
So here's my wondering, and it's probably because I'm stupid and new. You know how chocolate and spot nose are allelic?
Yep.
And then spot nose and spider are allelic. Does that mean chocolate and spider are allelic then?
Likely.
Well, it would have to be, because any genes that sit on the same allele.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
There's no case of two genes being allelic and those two genes sharing an allelic elsewhere that one of the two don't.
That means chocolate and blackhead are allelic too.
It would have to be.
That's what I mean. Like, so is now all these genes, like chocolate, now part of the spider complex?
So my guess is that Wookiee is not allelic with blackhead. Just changed my mind right now. Because it can't be. Because we know that. Is spider and spot nose truly allelic? Do we know that for sure?
I don't know if it's been proven. I think people just assume it is because of how bad the wobble is on them. So I don't have a definitive answer. Somebody might have a better answer than me, but I think it's just assumed.
And I know that someone said that blackhead and spot nose were, but was proven to be not the case this year.
Oh.
So,
that's
who said that? Wasn't that Roland or no? Who said that? I think it was Roland that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he thought it was. I think he just had a clutch that was odd, like weird odds.
Huh.
Because a lot of you could mistake an allelic reaction with bad odds. Like you breed a blackhead spot nose, you get only spot nose, only blackhead, one clutch. Well, that doesn't mean it's you need several clutches to prove that out. That's takes a long time. Not a long time. 4 or 5 clutches, I think it's pretty concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys see allelic combinations? Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. I was saying that's why what Justin was saying, it took him a little bit of time to realize that chocolate and the spot nose were allelic, because you couldn't just go off of 1 or 2 clutches. You know, after some time, then eventually it just clicks. And you're like, all right, like now this is not just the odds. It's like it's becoming more factual.
That's what I liked about that video that he released. That he actually said, "Hey, listen, I've done this a few times. It's not just me going off one clutch result."
That's where the majority of people's confusion come in. Somebody breeds 1 clutch and they're like, "This is concrete evidence," and you're like, "No, dude, it's not." And you know, I need to see that. Do that 5 times and have the same result across 5 clutches, and we can talk. But 1 clutch.
Anyway, sorry, Adam, I interrupted you.
Yeah, man. So Marvel Ball said that Wookiee and Spot have to be available, proven not to be. It's like we know for sure. Justin literally bred a Wookiee Spot Nose Het Clown to a GHI Mojave Clown and made Wookiee Spot Nose GHI Mojave Clown. So it's not possible.
Yeah.
Unless there's something weird going on. I don't know. No clue. Figure it out eventually.
I mean, it happens where people buy hets and they think that they're not hets because 3 seasons in a row they don't hit 1 visual. They complain, the seller works with them. Then sure enough, 6 clutches later, boom, turns out it was a het. Like 30, 40 eggs it takes to hit that 1. The odds are crazy. Just like hitting a 1 in 64, like it happens. Just like you don't hit. On a on 50% odds out of 20 eggs. You can't predict it.
I had it happen this year. I bred a GHI het puzzle. I got 19 eggs out of that male. Not a single puzzle.
Wow.
Could he be het? Yes. Am I going to try again? No.
Can I have it?
Yep. You can.
Just say it. Shit.
No, like legit, you can have it. I'm taking them.
That's so funny.
I'm not trying it again. It's not like the way I look at it is there's just so much other stuff that I can do in the meantime. Someone else can go through 60 eggs trying to make a GHI puzzle. I'm not wasting that kind of eggs.
And nobody's made one yet. That's the thing. That's the weird thing.
I know.
Nobody, not just you. And that's probably like, how many eggs do you think have gone through the GHI puzzle project?
60?
See, that's crazy.
60?
Is it possible that GHI just isn't visual in puzzle and that people have it and they just have no fucking clue?
I thought that is possible. I don't see that being the case.
I wouldn't either. But if there's that many chances at it and it's just still doesn't exist.
But
it's so weird.
The exact same thing about Justin and his Sumapide. He started to think that a mahogany pied was a Sumapide. He was looking at mahogany pies and being like, maybe this is the reaction that you're getting in a Sumapide. And then 1 egg and everything changed.
Right.
I now have what I know I made them GHI 100% hets. So I'm going to start that process, grow them up, and then figure it out down the road.
Well, Kathleen's daughter actually has an animal I have a female yellow belly het pied. It was proven, I was told it was proven het pied, but came to find later out that the person was a little squirrely. Will, you'd probably know the name if I mentioned it, but I'm not going to get into names right now.
No.
But yeah, I got 8 eggs from it. I put a yellow belly visual pie to a yellow belly het, trying to make ivory pies. I hit 2 damn fucking ivory het females, which was fantastic. No pies. And Nick was like, let's just get rid of her. It's like, how would I feel if I dropped this animal? It's dropping me 6 eggs or 8 eggs. And the next year, some guy's like, "Oh, dude, I got 7 pies out of her." Like, oh god.
You're a tough one. We bred 2 100% het monsoons purchased from Dave Green together. Got 8 eggs, 0 monsoons. I was like, "Come on, you kidding?" And then missing the odds on a puzzle. I missed so many odds this year. It just make you sick to think of it.
Me too.
Awful odds. But guess what? 2020 was shit for everybody, so 21 is going to be better.
That's what we said about 2020 and 2019.
I like my 2020.
Actually, it's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, with all the shit that's gone down, it's actually not been that bad.
It's been pretty good.
Shouldn't really say that, but like,
If I didn't hit good odds in 2020, I'd be praising this year. But it was just bad odd year. It is what it is. It's just math.
At least it wasn't your Sausage Fest 2019.
Oh, that was brutal. Every year there's something, you know?
that happened to me too.
Yeah, man. No, it was like 80% of the season was males.
I got one female.
This year?
One?
2019. No, all of 2019. One female.
One?
One. It's a spot nose head clown. It's the 18-month-old spot nose head clown I was talking about earlier.
And how many
Only
hit?
female. What's that?
Shots fired from Billy. Hey,
He's
Will,
a horseshoe.
horseshoe.
Does he have good odds?
I have no idea how Billy has. Like, some of the shit he hits, nobody should ever be able to hit. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, somebody put some sort of fucking, like,
He could
leprechaun
get, like,
charm in his facility.
You could get like a 25% het and put it to a 25% het, and he's getting the full visual.
He put a visual VPI, pos double het albino clown to a pos triple het VPI albino clown and hit a visual. What?
Yeah, those are long odds.
What the fuck?
What about him? He hits stuff he doesn't even know he has, like the monsoon.
Oh my god!
Cuts a neck.
To be fair with the monsoon, he had a fairly good idea that was coming before he cut the egg. A lot of people didn't believe him, but he had a heads up that it was probably in there. So,
I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense how it could end up in the collection. So, yeah,
that dude's got a horseshoe up his butt.
It's strictly math.
It was just,
it'll turn.
It was just funny when he cut that egg for the VPI snow clown. When he hit that triple visual, they opened the egg up and they were like, "Oh my god, it's a snow!" And I was like, "Guys, that's a fucking snow clown." And they were like, "No, it's not. You're crazy. That's not a snow clown. There's no fucking chance. It's just a snow." And I came out and it shed. And they were like, "Holy fuck, it's a snow clown!" Like, yeah, it's just insane. I can't believe some of the shit that guy hits.
Odds are a funny thing. The ones that you really want, you miss, and then ones where you're like, just a whatever clutch, you smash it. And you're like, that's what happened with us. We did a Wookiee Lemon Blast to a clown, 6 eggs, 6 Wookiee Lemon Blast. Heck, clowns. That's crazy odds to hit that. And we hit 3 puzzle clowns on one double hat to double hat pairing. That's insane odds. But
this girl, which is one of my favorite snakes that I've ever hatched, obviously not a visual pied, came from my least exciting pairing of the year.
It's a fire yellow belly combo?
Yeah, it was fire yellow belly pied het lavender to a fire, or sorry, yellow belly pied het lavender to a fire. And I was just doing it to make some females to hold back for the dream project.
Yep.
And that and her sister, which is the exact same except without any ringers, fucking popped out. Like, it was literally, I was like, whatever. What happens, happens. And those things fucking popped out.
So what was it? That's just a fire yellow belly?
Well, we suspect that the male has that new gene Billy's been talking about. I
wonder if
he's a really high white pied, so it's really hard to tell. Really high white yellow belly pied, but yeah, that thing's fucking insane. But every clutch that we were like, oh man, I really hope we get this, completely missed on what we were aiming for. But everything we were like, let's see what happens, just kept getting blown away. Like that Pasta Lesser Leopard Spider double het clown pied 50% head hypo with the crazy ringer on it and all that shit. Like, I didn't expect much from that clutch. It was like there wasn't a whole lot funky stuff going on there, but it happens.
Really, Kayla? Really?
Can you just kick Kayla out? Just kick her out. She doesn't need to be here. Just kick her out.
I laughed so hard at that shit though.
Isn't it her bedtime?
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Oh my
How's that?
god!
I think it's Billy's laugh more than anything. Billy's laugh freaking kills me, no matter what he's laughing at.
What I said after was about halfway through, I was no longer laughing at what was going on. I was laughing at Billy laughing as hard as he was laughing, and I just it was the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's fun when you guys are in that zone. Just sit there in the chat and just throw comments, and you guys going and going and going and going.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, Will, sorry, what was that?
How's that het pie you got for me looking now?
Yeah, she's actually. I have to go up there and get another picture of her this weekend, but I think Nick said she just hit around 500 grams, and she's just slamming food, dude. Just killing it. Yeah, I'm so excited for that animal. I actually had to dig a picture of her up to show somebody today because, oh my god, I think I was talking to Jhun, and he was like, orange? "You got that?" yeah, dude, bright fucking orange still.
I think doesn't make sense.
What's in it?
Oh my god, you're putting me on the spot.
It's like a cinnamon, yellow belly or specter OD leopard het pie.
Leopard. That's the one I couldn't think of.
That's my guess on that snake.
It doesn't make sense. If you look at it, it doesn't make sense.
Now, guys, I'm done. No.
Wait until I show you the animal, Kathleen, because it makes that combo on its own would be amazing, but how this animal came out just defies.
I honestly guessed the female came from Mandic, and I know he's got pied everywhere. So I wondered if it was a visual pied, but then Justin made us the exact same combo, and it looked the same. It's the het pied influence. So whether it's pied or even just het pied, it's crazy powerhouse female.
It's an amazing animal, regardless of what it is.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
A visual looking animal.
That animal is the reason you got those females.
I know exactly what you wanted.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
I know.
I was fighting him so hard to get rid of or to not let go of those snakes, and fuck. He hit us in Nick's weakness, and he offered us that snake.
You have to understand when you're trying to get something, you have to understand what the other person needs or wants. And if you can play into that, then you're going to get what you want.
And Will has everything, so he can get to everybody.
No.
My weakness is asphalt, but not like you want anything of mine.
None. I have one. So.
Oh, you can't buy me then.
Yeah, I ended up with a black pastel asphalt head hypo.
He still can.
Yeah, he's got DG.
No, this stuff's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know. 2021, no more DG. You have to say.
Will, are you doing any visual puzzle stuff for 2021? Because I know, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Lots. Yeah, it's actually super exciting because it's all the hats that we've been making, all the stuff. It's everything's coming together all at once. But we've got pastel cypress hat puzzle, locked with puzzle. The males that we're using this year, they're stupid. They're just. I can't wait to see what comes out of them.
I'd like a female to try to eventually prove out the brothers of your females.
Yep.
But then that said, same question as Jhun. I know you've made a few puzzles. Are you aiming for anything this year?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Well, GHI puzzles now. I don't know. You know what? I still have my double head albino puzzle stuff. I finally hit that male. So even if she's double head, I might not even go for it because I kind of achieved it and hit what I want to hit. So she might just go to whatever. But I really like what puzzle did to het red. Yeah, it striped it out, blushed it out. So I want to kind of see what else that can do.
Really? I'm gonna have to look that up later.
I've been very impressed at what het red does to any big pattern mutation. Clown, het red, and red axanthic clowns are insane, and then the puzzle stuff, oh man.
Do you work with puzzle at all, Adam?
I wanted to get into it this year. I just know you're gonna have to dedicate a big chunk you need rack space for it. I work with mostly clown, so I didn't. I'm just like, damn, do I really want a whole rack filled with head puzzle stuff? I just like I don't want to just dive into it when I know it's gonna be pretty demanding. I love it though. It's besides like working with clown, it's my favorite recessive. And also Desert Ghost, of course. Speaking of those genes, like Will, have you paired that Desert Ghost clown to a puzzle girl?
Yes.
That's
like, all over that.
I think we all could have guessed the answer to that one. This
season should be, even with bad odds, a good one. We're going to be into some, with any luck, Desert Ghost Clown, Desert Ghost Pie, Desert Ghost Puzzle, hopefully Desert Ghost Lavenders, maybe some Desert Ghost Xanthics, potentially, with good odds, Desert Ghost Xanthic Clowns. We could be into some really crazy shit this year. Really crazy.
Northeast Morphs was wondering, has anybody made our Red Xanthic Cryptic yet?
I don't think so.
Krypton's so new, I very highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Cryptic and Krypton, sorry.
Yeah. I'm not super familiar with Cryptic myself.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not super familiar with it right now. I know, like, JKR works with it a little bit, but other than that, like, I don't know much about it.
The good thing about Cryptic and Krypton is the fact that I shouldn't say people, but everybody isn't just starting from nothing with it. If anybody has any sort of clown project, you can immediately work it into that. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, so that's what like you've seen the pastel puzzles and whatever.
So
that's what Het Red did. Like it silvered it out, striped it out.
Oh, I love that, man.
Mind you, these are all now 50% het pied as well, so that could be striping it out as well.
I love
that. That's what Het Red does.
I mean, obviously, I'm invested in puzzle, but I truly believe that puzzle has, right after clown, puzzle has the most potential to do something mind-blowing. I just think a pattern-changing recessive that's not super dominant. So we look at like genetic stripe. Look at that thing.
What is that?
Het Red Python.
Killer Bee, Het Red Xanthic puzzle.
That's what?
Yeah, dude.
That's just great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's.
And usually I don't like super pastel in anything.
Puzzle's a gene that, like, I'm sure Jhun, you can like vouch for this. It's a gene, when you see it in person, it's different. It has a different look to it. It's very like.
Yeah, you're right.
I can attest to it, Will. Like, I even told you when we first showed up at your place a couple months ago now. I was like, I'm not so into puzzle. And you were like, wait a minute. You started pulling stuff out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're nice. And I just think that when we look at recessive genes as a whole, generally you're looking at color genes, like Desert Ghost, Hypo. Sunset's got a bit of pattern there. But like Desert Ghost, Sunset, Hypo, Ultramel, that's lavender, that stuff's all color mutation. And then you have the pattern mutations, which you have like Clown, G-Stripe, Tri-Stripe, Puzzle, Monsoon. And some of those are very, very, very powerful genes. And I think Puzzle sort of floats that line like Clown does. G-Stripe is very strong. You always stripe out the animal. I think Puzzle floats in that you're going to be able to manipulate the pattern like you can with a clown. And that specific, that just that reason alone tells me that there's plenty of room to play with that gene. So,
Is it a newer gene? Sorry,
for 12 years.
Yeah.
Just people's collections weren't up to speed 12 years ago, so it took a long time to. That's the thing with the new recessive gene. Things are going to happen much quicker every year.
When did you get your mail, Will?
2011. Yeah.
See, that's crazy. That's
2011.
crazy.
And I got females in 2010.
Wow.
And I just started making heads.
Yeah. See, when I first started talking to Will about the puzzle stuff, what blew my mind was, okay, so you have a shelf full of puzzle girls, you have your puzzle males, and you're telling me you're not making visual puzzles this year, maybe not even next year, and that market's about to explode and people are looking for them because I can't find one to buy for myself. And he's like, no, I have other projects in mind. I'm like, holy shit. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's one thing, and quickly gained respect. I'm like, you know, that's pretty badass. Like, you can make a shitload of puzzles this year and every single one would sell immediately. But now he has fucking Desert Ghost puzzles.
Yeah.
You know, it's freaking crazy. And now we're like, okay, like, that makes sense. Like, he's
so how long has puzzle been around for? It's been around before 2008. 2008
was the first puzzle.
I haven't heard of puzzle till like recent years.
Yeah, I picked them up in 2010.
Surprise!
I was on the first wave of people that were able, like, that bought them. Ozzy got a male, and I got 2 females. I think. Who got the other male? There's one other guy. Shit, I forget their name. You're gonna hate me. But anyways, yeah, a bunch of. I think they sold like 6 or 7 the first year, and then obviously anyone who bought one was on the list for the following season. And I took 2 females. I took a pair of sub-adult hats, 2 females, and then the following year I took a male. And after that, I just everything on my own. Still have those original hats is where the chaos stuff popped up in.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's funny you mentioned that. I was just going to ask you.
So
isn't that where that came from?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So Dylan at D's Balls and Exotic wants to know, how well do hypo puzzles age?
Very well, very, very well. Puzzle is a gene. I hate to compare it to clowns. It's so different, right? It's not even in the same discussion. The only similarity is their pattern changing recessives. But puzzle is, as a general rule, if you look at a base gene puzzle and a base gene clown, puzzle has a lot more like gold and it's like a different color to the body of the puzzle. And so what I think happens is, because it's a different color than your genetic backblack, which is a clown, you're able to, puzzle's going to give you more color than I think clown will. Even in whether you put Desert Ghost in both or not. I think a pastel puzzle versus a pastel clown at size, the puzzle's going to hold more yellow. I'm not saying clown's not fucking awesome. Everybody loves clown. I love clown. It's just, I think puzzle is more than a pattern mutation. It's also holds color. Like, Jhun, that killer bee, if that were a clown, would be pretty brown by now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, right. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's
like, even as adults, like, do I even have one near me? Yeah.
And you were making fun of me, Kathleen, for being able to just like grab stuff.
Oh, she's in shit.
I know.
I was just making fun of you earlier for doing that shit.
I know you
Bye,
are.
Billy. Have a good night, Billy.
Yeah, Billy. But yeah, no, Will's right. Like, they're not only a pattern, like a color enhancer for sure. And when I started hatching them, I'm like, oh, you really, really see it.
Yeah.
Keeps them brighter.
Now my mind's like, has anybody mixed clown with puzzle?
Maybe.
I have.
How did that work out?
Interesting.
That's
Lots to do. Lots to do. I haven't shown them yet. I'm gonna wait. Probably wait till next season, next batch of puzzle clowns. See what else we can do with it, and then show everybody what it's capable of.
Let's just say, when I was over there was some really interesting stuff. That's as far as I'm going with that.
That's cool. It's cool.
It doesn't answer my question, but I get it. I get it.
That answered your question. You asked if anyone had been. I said yes.
But was it good interesting or bad interesting?
Interesting.
Yeah, I would lean on the positive side of things.
Okay.
It's not what I expected, but
me either.
just stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it in my head, and I'm like,
I'm trying so hard not to say anything about it, but yeah, it'll be worth it when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I can't wait to see it. That'll be
It's cool.
Like gold from what I'm hearing.
For me, there's no, and again, I'm not saying this is the best project. This is just for me.
Yeah.
There's nothing that has me excited like Desert Ghost Puzzle. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to see the thing in person. You're just like, holy, 1,400 grams. It looks like a 600 gram passed out Desert Ghost. It's just.
Yeah.
I have an ovulation.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have an ovulation the other night when you were on with me?
No, this is that same female. I thought she was, but she is massive.
Come on my show. Your females will ovulate, apparently. Everybody go check her out.
Red Axanthic het pied that I put to the banana ODYB and she pied. So that'll be fun. She's like 3,500 grams, so hopefully a nice big clutch.
You're rolling early. I'm not.
Dude, I put her to the yellow belly pied het lab early in the year because she was building like January, February of last year, and then just reabsorbed and did nothing for me. And then started developing follicles, I don't know, early September. So I was like, I'll try the banana. He's still kind of on the cusp. And yeah, he's been going to her and hasn't taken a day off. She's empty.
No eggs, Adam?
Yeah. No, I mean, I say most of my ovulations come late spring. Into maybe September is where my last clutch might drop, but that would be the absolute latest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got two like late. They're, I don't know what you want to call them. They hatch in 21, but really they're 2020 pairings. And then we won't probably won't start to see eggs until mid-April. That timeline.
So, do you guys breed like season-wise or year-round or just whenever you see females building type deal?
I just wait until I know a female's building personally. Like,
I do.
Like, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, so I have one girl ovulating. I have one girl locked up right now that's probably about a month away from ovulation. And weirdly enough, they're both HRA pied combo females. And then everything else is just fucking in limbo right now. So it happens when it happens.
Do you ultrasound?
Yep. Yeah, we bought one. I don't have it with me right now. I lent it out to Billy because his kicked the bucket. I ultrasounded everything about 3 weeks ago. And that female that's ovulating now is fucking right on the cusp. That's why I thought she was ovulating like a week and a half ago. But I apparently just saw the pre-ov swell and I don't know. It's her first year with the ultrasound. It's been awesome.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
I lean so heavily on it, man. It's
how many
Go ahead, Adam.
Without ultrasound, and roughly how many times you let a male lock up with a girl throughout a year where you're confident like you don't need to keep wearing them out?
3, 4 maybe?
I would say we're probably between like 5 and 7 before I was confident in my palpating skills. And then, I'd say between 4 and 5. And now I'm like between 2 and 3.
We had I think I did the math. I think it was 11 clutches last year with a male bred one time using an ultrasound efficiently.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a clutch where the male bred one time, and Will ended up with all the females. I didn't even breed the male.
So with that thing with you guys ultrasounding, would you recommend someone newer that's getting into it? No?
No.
Spend the money on something else. If you're just getting into it, whether that's infrastructure, racks, or some animals,
Yeah.
Put the money there. An ultrasound, if you have 2 or 3 animals, is not gonna be worth the price.
Ultrasound really becomes an advantage for you is when you're trying to push one male to multiple females. So if you are breeding one male to 5 females, run them in, put a male in once a week for 2 days, and then the next week, next female, next week, next female, and 5-week cycle. But if you're trying to put one male to 11 females, that's where you can really, if you're trying to do that, you're going to burn that male out month 1. So I like to, we ultrasound, and then when you see the female at 22, in between 22 and 28, you get the male in, he always locks her, and she goes on to ovulate, and you're good.
Yep.
But I don't want to waste my powerhouse males on females that are at 10 mil. They're not doing anything. Maybe one lock just to get them stimulated, but other than that, I don't bother.
Northeast Morph says they're working on their palpitating skills with the paper towel method. Really works wonders, that bounty did.
Paper towel.
So, paper towel works great. The other one is the single finger.
When you told me that,
both in conjunction together will really help if you're trying to palpate.
When you told me that, and I did it the other night with just the middle finger, holy the difference.
It sounds so dirty.
I am not.
Or a t-shirt or anything like that, they're perfect. I still do it. I just don't really have to.
I actually find myself palpating more than I ultrasound just because I don't want to open up the ultrasound and get it all ready and pull the girls out. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'll just check them quick. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we ultrasound, it's
well, once you
process. There's a lot of females too.
like once you ultrasound, like, and then you palpate, you kind of know what you're feeling for. So you're going to know when it's at 20 millimeters. You're going to know when it's like at 25. It's just initially getting a feel for what size based on what you're feeling. And then you really don't need it after a while. You know?
Dylan, I see your comment. I'm not even going to read it.
But if you saw it, you did read it.
Out loud.
I still live and die with an ultrasound. It just, the efficiency that you can like it allows me to say that, like, I know that once a female hits like 32, 33, she's done. She doesn't need to be bred again. I literally scratch her off that male's list, and I don't have to waste my time running that male to that girl. I can start to focus on the other females to try and increase the production, and it's worked pretty damn well. Now we science the shit out of the ultrasound, and I track. I have a graph that shows like each female where they were throughout the year. It just we maybe go way overboard with it, but that stuff's kind of interesting.
Okay, Mr. Super Fancy Ultrasound that can see the damn heartbeat in the embryo.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Did you never see that video?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
crazy.
it's so cool.
I thought about holding back my, it's a Doppler, and you put it on your stomach to hear the baby's heartbeat when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
I thought about holding that back. It sounds so stupid. To like push it up to the egg or whatever when it's incubating to see if I could hear a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, Will,
I
believe it was
that.
in the snake, right? It was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell the story? Because it's not really a story, but
so my dad's a veterinarian, so he has an ultrasound for his business, and it's like for the ultrasound and breeders' circle cells would not cut it in a vet clinic because they need to check for. They want to be able to, like, that ultrasound, they can see like blood flowing through veins and shit. Like, it's like really, really crazy. So when you ultrasound a snake, we're getting like super clear picture of the follicles, and as that snake develops into an egg, we can pretty much tell you exact day that they're going to lay, because you can actually put the ultrasound on. You can see the egg calcifying in there, so you can see the ring. It gets a ring of white on it, and it's actually calcium building up on the outside of the egg, creating that shell. And there's a couple. We saw it again this year. You can actually see the embryo, and you can see the heartbeat beating. And I put a video. I think it's on Instagram or something.
It's on Instagram. It's so cool.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
That's through the snake into the egg. That snake ended up being probably like a normal or something.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It was a very cool thing to see, for sure.
That's
pretty neat.
kind of
pretty cool.
Really, really cool. I mean, I think the ultrasound thing, like a lot of newer people are wondering if they should even bother with learning how to palpate and stuff and go straight for that, because they see everybody's getting ultrasound machines now.
Honestly, I don't think it's necessary. I mean,
I thought about picking one up for next season just to make sure like I'm doing stuff right, if that makes sense, versus
honestly, for the money you're going to spend on it, you can get yourself into like a really nice male or a really nice.
Yeah.
If you're breeding 20 females, how many males do you have? Like, how many females do you have versus what's your male to female ratio?
You don't want to know.
Lots of males, less females?
Yeah, we'll see
But that's
what
a perfect
happens.
example why you don't need one.
Yeah. Oh, no, I need more females. See, it's kind of weird with our collection because it's not just me breeding, it's also my significant other. So we have like his, hers, and ours collection. So any genes we want to share, we usually buy that male. So that way we're not fighting over, like pied. We both wanted pied, so we got a visual pied male.
You're welcome.
Share it. Yeah, thank you, Chris. And then that thing tries to tag me every time I hold it. But so
I trained
yeah,
to do that.
You want an ultrasound when you're pushing a male. It's real. It's realistically not to know. I guess it's to know what the female is. But the reason you want to know where the female is so you can maximize the use of your male.
I never thought of it that way.
If you have a male that's worth more than the price of the ultrasound, then you're in a position to potentially think about buying an ultrasound. Like
writing that down.
I would let the snakes pay for your ultrasound.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Learn how to breed without it. You'll still have lots of guys do it. I mean,
no, like we're still palpating, looking for the signs. It's just sometimes, being new, I'm like, holy crap, am I doing this right?
This year, we actually we took a clown female. We put our Pasta Lesser leopard clown to it just to make guaranteed clowns. Took the clutch, sold it, took that money, bought the ultrasound with it. Yeah. So we basically just burned a clutch to buy an ultrasound. Should we have? But it's proved really useful so far. So
yeah. They are very. Do you do ultrasound? You do, don't you?
Yeah. I got one last year.
You like it?
Huge difference.
Yeah.
Which one do you have?
The
British Circle one?
Nope. The cheapo one.
Oh. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. It actually works good. I wish I had a pedal.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that one works okay. I kind of wish I wouldn't have bought the British Circle version. I didn't buy it from them because they're thieves, but I have that.
Everybody asks, what ultrasound should I buy? And the realistic answer is the cheapest one, because every ultrasound even the cheapest ultrasound you buy, all we're looking for is circle. You're not looking for any.
They won't show up as long as it's an ultrasound.
Exactly. You don't need like vet clinic level ultrasound machine for your seeing like the embryo's heartbeat.
No, the only reason we have it is because of that. It's not. We didn't go out. RCR didn't go out and be like, we need to spend this kind of money on ultrasound. Not a chance.
Yeah.
I'd way rather put that kind of money into males. Way rather put that money into males or females. But. And I'll just
even like we were saying before,
keep going.
Well, like for beginners, you just want to start making money, and then like you were saying, you take the snake money and then you invest. Initially, to invest in an ultrasound before you even start turning a profit, just take those males and put them with the females. Eventually, you start producing, and then, once you start making some money, then you just reinvest it and just refine everything, but to initially take your hard-earned cash and to buy an ultrasound when you have a very small collection, I mean, just wait till you got your own, you got snake money in your hands.
And that kind of harps back to the conversation we were having earlier on Instagram, where Kathleen was talking about only doing 1 or 2 clutches this year, and we were all like, "Just breed what you have." You can't get clutches. You can't sell snakes if you don't make the snakes. Like, if you don't pair the animals, you're not going to have the babies sell to put the money towards this other stuff. And
to go buy something from Jhun and Will.
You can never guarantee that a female is going to go either. That's the thing. So, you have to hedge your bets. And if you have 4 females that are ready to go, chances are you'll only get 2, maybe 3 of them. If you're lucky, all 4. But chances are probably not. So.
No, that's why I'm also I let my Mojave Asphalt go to 2 females versus 1, just in case. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I'm excited about breeding my Mojave Asphalt. Thank you.
No, it wasn't about what the male was. Oh. You saying 2 females? You're 2 females. I'm pretty sure my 1 male is 2 females today.
Is this the whole Mystic Crystal thing all over again? I'm excited for the Mystic Crystal. Let me just pull out one that's better.
So funny.
Yeah. Don't spend the money on an ultrasound at this point. Honestly.
I wanna up my female game. Like, I want to get some more recessive, visual recessive females.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like, we want to get a really good clown female with a few codoms for John has a banana mahogany spot nose HRA pos head hypo. So we want to get that into clown. So, and that's a male.
Then honestly, between us, what you should do is keep your eyes open for a clown head hypo female, because then you would be merging the 2 animal, the 2 projects of both animals together, and end up with some really, really cool shit. And it'll cost you a little more, but
it's for 2
it'll
animals.
Definitely pay off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I just want to get a few codoms in there.
Jhun, can you show us some cool stuff?
Kathleen,
where are you?
Oh. What's up, Adam? Okay, I heard my name.
Everybody's talking at once.
Raise your hand.
Okay, Will, what did you say to Jhun?
Show us some cool stuff. I'm sitting right in front of the craziest shit in the world, and he's just...
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, that's fine. My rack's shit, Will. It's fine.
I just put my hand in shit.
Okay, Adam, sorry, what'd you say?
I was going to ask Kathleen if she's got the hatchling rack, the incubator, it's in terms of you being scared of pairing.
Yeah, we're waiting for the stuff to come in to build our hatchling rack. I've had some poop luck with that going on. Home Depot is where we live. We have to order stuff in because the closest Home Depot is 3 hours away. So every time we open it, so the first one was back ordered and then it came in broken. Then they lost the second order.
Dude,
pretty.
What the fuck?
I wanted that thing too.
And now
What
it's back ordered again. But yeah, we're just got to put her together. But my incubator, because I'm fancy, I'm building I have everything for the cooler with the aquarium heater, with the water in it, incubator this year. Super fancy over here, guys.
What is that?
I know.
What?
I know.
What the fuck is that?
It's dope, eh?
It's insane.
It's so cool.
That's not even catching the colors at all.
What is it?
This is Phantom, Spot Nose, Cypress, Clown.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
And it's that bright?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That is insane.
So what is that? That's Phantom, Spot Nose, Cypress, Clown?
Yeah. Probably Blade, too.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Probably Blade.
How come I didn't see that on your Instagram?
I think it's on there when I unboxed it.
Show me her. Show me her.
No.
Come on, let me see her.
No. I told myself I'm not showing her.
Oh,
Oh, you're gonna repo my ass.
I love her. Yeah, that's a nice combine.
Are you talking about the puzzle spot nose? Yeah, that's a beautiful animal.
I miss her.
Oh, that's cool.
But
I cannot believe you let that animal go. It's amazing.
Oh, we have a deal going on. It's all good. We'll figure it out.
It's not even a deal. It's gonna be a raping.
This is fantastic.
Oh, this is your idea.
Will, do you have any idea what this is?
Leopard, lesser, pastel, hepide.
Well, I mean, there's no hepide, but you got 3. But it's definitely not just leopard, pastel, lesser.
Oh, look at her. Fuck.
I won't take away from that thing. That thing's nuts.
Oh my god.
You're doing good.
What is that?
Spot nose puzzle. Will made this one.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's nice.
Man, wait till we get like yellow belly, fire, Enchi into that. Oh,
Well, you have it all, man. You're gonna get it done this year.
well, hopefully.
So you're saying this is just pastel, lesser, leopard?
No, I mean that's
That's
more
what this
typical.
fucking thing is. This is a pastel, lesser, leopard.
Yeah, that's more typical. That's like what hat something. It's
The fuck?
what was the pairing?
So it was supposed to just be a pastel, lesser leopard clown to a pastel lesser.
Marshall.
Yeah. I'm gonna need one of those for sure.
Around your neck.
Amazing.
Marshall on Morph, he works a lot with Lace down in the States. He's pretty
Yeah, he
cool
does.
too.
Yeah.
I've been watching Marshall very carefully. He's got some nice stuff.
Oh my god, I told him I want like a Lace female from him this year. Like I will import.
He made some lace hat puzzles that I really want. Yeah, that's nice. That's
Did you
cool.
hear that, Marshall?
Mhm.
Will wants your Lace hat puzzles.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's supposed to only be a pastel leopard, orange stream yellow belly head clown.
Yo
But
yo.
But Will was like, I've made those. This is what they look like. And I was like, that doesn't make fucking sense. So
There's lesser in that, obviously.
based
Make
on
a
everything else I've
sport-
seen,
Make a For You page for snakes, guys.
I think she means like an OnlyFans.
What's a for you?
who knows what the fuck
I did
April's talking
OnlyFans.
about.
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Isn't it like Nerd that has an OnlyFans?
What?
Nerd does have an OnlyFans from what I've
Yeah.
heard, yes.
That's awesome.
Like, what are you paying for? Like, I don't know, snake shedding or something? Like,
Man, for whatever you want.
If they pay, then
You donate enough, I think you'll do whatever you want.
I don't think it's Kevin that has it though. I think it's one of his guides that do it.
like Donnie.
Yes.
I gotta keep my mouth shut. Marshall won't tell me one.
Stop giving out such good advice, Will.
I know, but it's what I believe, so it's what I say, and just the way I am. But
Marshall,
man,
but
it's in the ass sometimes.
Marshall, remember, it's Will. He might give you an offer you can't refuse.
He does. It's scary.
He had what was it, the Blackhead Phantom Lace that came out? Like, that was epic.
Nuts.
I'm like, I want a Blackhead Lace from you. And then he told me the other night when he was on, he may not repeat that pairing.
I'm gonna repeat it. I saw it. I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do those too.
Because I think he was saying something about putting it to bamboo,
It's gonna be crazy.
possibly.
See, like there's a lot of stuff like lace that I think is gonna be very, very cool. It acts. The super form is kind of like a desert ghost, like it really brightens stuff.
Yeah.
But it's more pattern than DG throws, and DG doesn't really throw any; just cleans everything up. And I think you can get into like man, you're gonna get into like super blackhead, leopard, white lace. You're gonna like, fuck.
Are you gonna put DG in it, Will?
Working on it now, yeah.
Could you fucking imagine a white lace DG?
Yeah. That'd be nice.
You could literally put it in a room and use it as a fucking light. Like
a
it's
white
gonna be
lace,
so fucking bright.
White lace DG hypo.
Yeah,
I actually think hypo would take away from that combo. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, we're bringing an orange dream puzzle to a white lace this year, so hopefully.
Oh, nice.
I tried last year and she didn't go, so I'm gonna repeat it and hopefully you can make some OD lace het puzzles and then incorporate that into, I don't know, maybe even to like the Desert Ghost puzzle, maybe.
Look at you.
OD lace puzzle het DGs. It's good. That's a process though, guys. It's not. But I'm not afraid to do those long projects. I know I'm in this for life, so I'm like, I love it. So it's like someone's like, that's an 8-year project. I'm like, yeah, I got time. I'm gonna do it.
Hey,
I know I'm gonna be here in 8 years, so I'm not worried about putting in that 8 years. You know.
Marshall said DG is what he needs for his lace project.
I think DG's you need for every project.
So you know he has a price now.
That's a tough one to swing from me though. DG's. I'll sell you one of the ones that Chris sold me, Marshall.
Sell it back to me, you dick.
No, I'm keeping all 3 of those.
I don't blame you. Those animals are literally every time I see them, like I have serious seller's remorse. But if anybody was going to take them, I'm glad it was you.
Okay, this one, yeah.
What you got there?
Oh, you saw it already, Will.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh yeah.
You saw that one.
That
Oh
thing's
my
sick.
goodness.
It's a blackhead clown, right? Yeah.
Damn.
I like what it did.
What blackhead's something I really want to get into.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm really upset I don't have blackhead in my clown.
Just blackhead clown?
Yeah. Blackhead, maybe probably red Jhun as well.
You know what's exciting about that is that it's not a black, like it's not like a black pastel clown or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it.
It's totally different.
That makes me think that the super blackhead clown could be fucking nuts. Like nuts.
Yeah,
look how rich that dorsal stripe is, dude. That's so nice. Desert Ghost that.
We have that blackhead, yellow belly leopard, G-Nex, something pied from Justin. That's going to go right into the clown pied project.
Sure.
And that just confirmed our choice that much more.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what is that thing? Blackhead, leopard, yellow belly, Mojave. That's what it was. Blackhead, leopard, yellow belly, Mojave, G-Nex pied.
Can't go wrong.
Nope.
So now I have an idea of who has blackhead in Canada when I'm looking later this year.
That's the only blackhead animal we own, so we'll be a couple years away.
You're gonna have...
Yes, April. I was insulted. If Will sells one of those fucking females and it's not back to us, I'll fight him. I will fight him.
Dude, there's no way I'm selling one of those. Ever.
I know. You don't sell anything.
Until I prove those out, there's not a chance they're going anywhere.
If you prove that one of them isn't het, I'll take it back. Like, I will happily buy it back.
If I prove that one is a het, it's staying permanently. Like there's
and if one isn't het, I'll buy it back. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. If one's not het, even then probably no.
Perfect. Fucker.
Realistically, it's a Desert Ghost female. Like fuck. Whatever.
Yeah, they're amazing looking animals. I can't wait to make a few more next year with that Leo DG we got from Andre.
Yeah.
Hepide.
Yeah,
that'll be so fucking nice.
That animal's sick.
Did I tell you? Well, we're putting that male to the Super OD Fire that we got from Mandic, and then already went to an Ivory too. So that should be fun. Yeah.
Nice.
And then next year we're putting it to the Pastel Enchi Super Asphalt Posset Pied.
Sweet
Female. Yeah. So Lots of fun stuff.
Does anybody have any genes that like they want to work with that they haven't, like they don't own yet?
So many.
None.
None?
I don't even know what's next. It's like that's the tough thing. Like, what's that next gene? What should you plug in next? That's the challenge. It's a scary thought to not know what you're doing next season.
What about you?
I don't even know what's next.
Monarch.
Mm.
I want to get some Monarch.
Yeah.
That's the debate in our house, Ultramel or Monarch, and I want Ultramel. John wants Monarch, so I think we're going to get Ultramel.
That's the way to do it.
Happy wife.
That I'm looking to add. I have genes that I'm looking to add into a project. I don't have it's not like I'm like, I need to get Blackhead. It's like, no, I want to get Blackhead into Desert Ghost Clown. Those are the type of genes that I'm trying to do now. Trying to incorporate genes that I know are already amazing into other projects. That's the tough part.
I want to get everything into Freeway.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Like, I just want to make as many asphalts and yellow bellies and smush them together and see what happens.
Honestly, this year, if I can make as many Het Monsoons as I can, I'll be a happy guy. So if we add nothing in 2021, I'll be very happy with everything that we have coming out. I have our male with Mordex right now. They're going to pair them up with a few of their females because the ones we want to do aren't ready. So, you know what? If I can just hoard away a bunch of Het Monsoon females, I'll be a happy guy.
Is Monsoon better in person?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Because when I look at it, it's like, it doesn't
so
really
much. No, it's so nice. But honestly, I'm starting to like what the hets do almost more than I like the visual.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love the hets. Like, the hets on their own are just amazing.
My biggest problem with Monsoon is I worry that it's too strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fear. That it's like, it just doesn't matter what you put it to, it's just gonna wipe it out and you're always gonna get that same look.
I'm waiting for the Monsoon Pied.
And see, if it's not high white, it's gonna be spectacular.
Absolutely, and that's the problem. If it comes out all white, fuck.
Yeah, it'll be spectacular if it's not. But there's no reason to think that you can't bring pattern back. Like, we put Enchi, Super Enchi, you're gonna start to, I imagine you will. But where Pied is a no-brainer. Pied's an instant. Desert Ghost is another instant no-brainer. But I'm looking at longevity. Like, it's not a long-term project. You've got tons of options to do.
Yeah.
But like, when I look at a recessive gene, I'm like, how can I really change the look of this? We've been able to, in Clown, Puzzle, Pied, you can go crazy with it. G-Strike now, we put Clown in and you get a drastic reaction. I'm really curious about a Monsoon G-Strike, because those are two genes that I think are like so strong. What's going to win?
I feel like Monsoon Puzzle might be the same, but as soon as I said that, I realized that the Moray Clown, the Monsoon just wiped out the Clown, so it might do the same for the Puzzle.
I personally think Monsoon's way stronger than Puzzle. It'll just tear it apart. You won't see any Puzzle. Personally, you might get the eye stripe or something like that, but
that's why with our male I decided to lean color mutation with it, and I went hypo with fire and obviously special because the male's special, because I don't want to be the guy to try to force pattern onto that. I don't think I'm going to be the one to accomplish that, so I'm just going to go a different direction with it.
Just because my opinion or other guys think that it's going to be too strong, there could be a combo that just completely blows it up and it's insane. And it won't shock me if it happens, because I'm prepared for the unexpected at this point. Everything who knows what it'll do.
I don't think anybody expected a GHI Mojave to look like a GHI Mojave until it happened. So that said, who the fuck knows?
Exactly. I think it's a very strong gene, and I think you're going to run into problems with it where a lot of stuff you may have identification issues with Monsoon down the road, just trying to pick out what's in it. If it just blows everything out like that, be interesting to see. My go-to there is genetic stripe. See what it does.
I've had a weird opinion that a lot of people haven't so much liked, but I really want to see Spider in Monsoon.
Yeah, man.
Because I think Spider's going to push Monsoon into something. I don't know what that something is, but I think it's going to do something. And I really want to see it. I'm happy that my stuff's got Spider in it.
I'm kind of like, what would Clown do to it?
Clown doesn't do a lot.
It's been done. Gives you a bit of a head.
It's been done.
It opens the pattern up a little bit, and it gives you a bit of a head.
It pulls all the speckling from the body onto the head stamp. It's cool, but it's not what you'd expect.
Yeah, it's very
really.
The Monsoon clown is way more in favor of a Monsoon than a clown.
I'll try to find you the picture after this, Kathleen. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to Google right now.
But that, to be fair, that's under the assumption Moray and Monsoon are the same. Even though it's a pretty good assumption, that's still under that assumption.
Yo, Jhun, build a... Yeah.
There you go.
That's a fire.
Still cool, though.
That's a fire. It's very nice animal.
Wow, I like that.
What were you saying, Will?
Jhun, build me a Monsoon combo. Which one are you going to do?
I hate Monsoon. I want to spread that. Fuck. Monsoon, Desert Ghost, Yellow Belly.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't think you want to put much more than that. Yellow
I
Belly.
agree with you. I think a color gene and then DG Monsoon.
Yeah.
Boom.
Special,
it's gonna
Yellow Belly.
What about you, Adam? What are you thinking? What's your... If you could build a Monsoon combo?
I mean, if I was gonna work with it, I really think it's extremely dominating as a pattern mutation where you just got to work with those different colors, and I think it would be tough to go dark because it would dominate the pattern too. Will conflict with it, so you got to go light, in my opinion. OD, Yellow Belly, DG, Lace is another one too. Orange Dream, but I'm same thing. I feel like it's not viable enough to have longevity in it. I think the gene solely by itself, it's awesome. You just, it's tough to find what direction you're going to go in besides just change the color and make it brighter. I think when I first saw one, it was the coolest shit I've seen.
I think like an OD Yellow Belly Desert Ghost Xanthic Monsoon. You might get like a true cookies and cream black and white spotted snake.
That said, imagine what Adam did with that clown, what was that? ODYB Red Stripe Spot Nose?
Fire.
OD Yellow Belly Red Stripe Fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
The amount that changed clown. Imagine that on top of Monsoon. Imagine it opens up all those dots and puts that orange inside them. Like imagine
it's possible.
It manipulates the pattern in a way we're not expecting it to. And instead of changing up the dotting, it actually either widens them or shrinks them. It could be absolutely wild.
I'm definitely going to pursue it, and I'm definitely going to make. I was hoping to make a Monsoon male this year, but I got nothing. But maybe it's good timing because now I've got the POS hats up, and I'll hit a male eventually. But I'll definitely start first thing I'm going to do is Desert Ghost. It's no brainer for me.
Yeah.
Actually, this year I'm breeding the Het Monsoon into Desert Ghost because I'm so confident I can pick them out.
So when I go to North Market to buy some possible Het Monsoons, I'm calling Will.
Well, I'm actually really bummed because I had a tiny, tiny ass egg in my Het Monsoon pairing, and my only male Het Monsoon that came out of that, which is double Het Monsoon hypo pos het pied, is like 35 fucking grams. And I'm just like, oh, he's got a long way to fucking go. God damn it.
they catch up.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping he's eating like a beast. So I'm really hoping. But he's a special double het monsoon hypo posapide. So, but I think I showed Will. He doesn't have tracks, but the female fire special double het does have tracks. So
I'd like to see Billy hit like freeway monsoon.
Yeah, could be very cool.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could definitely be worked into it down the line.
Lavender, I think lavender would be cool.
Oh my god, lavender and albino is going to blow that project up.
Man, I don't think so.
Really? You don't think a lavender monsoon after about 400 or 500 grams isn't going to be?
I think lavender is especially so. From my experience with lavender, when you have really, really tight pattern like that, it bleeds. And so I think a lavender monsoon at 600 grams is solid yellow. It's the same sort of thing when you have a lavender pinstripe. As it gets older, the whole snake goes yellow, right? Because the pattern's so thin, there's not enough there for it to be.
But what if you add something that starkly contrasts them so much that it doesn't, like black pastel?
We don't know what a black pastel monsoon will do. So I mean, yes, it's definitely true. It's definitely plausible. I just think a lavender monsoon, straight lavender monsoon, is going to bleed and be yellow.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
What if someone was insane and did like the monsoon clown lavender?
You might get more pattern, but I still think you're going to get a lot of bleeding in that. I think you're going to get I think it's going to be a very, very, it's going to be high yellow snake. I could be wrong, man. Who the fuck would think that Enchi Lav would do what it does? So, like
that Enchi leopard lavender, oh my god!
A leopard Enchi lavender. I was talking about this last week. It doesn't make sense why it looks that way, because lavender should replace the blacks on the animal with the purple or white, and an Enchi leopard has lots of black for it to replace. Why does it bleed like that and go this starburst type thing? It makes no sense why it does, other than there's something special about Enchi in Lav. Doesn't make any sense to me though, but it's awesome.
I can't wait to get Enchi into my dreamsicle stuff. We have a lot of plans.
Well, what about puzzle and monsoon? I mean, that might be cool. You know, both very, very strong pattern mutators.
So I think monsoon will overpower puzzle. I think it's stronger than puzzle is. But again, you don't know until you try. Like somebody told me that they don't think puzzle tri-stripe will work. I'm gonna fucking try it though.
I think a monsoon tri-stripe where it just pulls the monsoon patterning down the tri-stripe. Like, that'd be crazy. Yeah, that'd be fucking insane.
If it does that.
It probably won't, because things never come out exactly like you want them to, but that'd be fucking sick.
Oh, look in the house.
What up, you
Man, getting some high caliber people popping in today.
It's Khalil. I was up north a couple weekends ago, and I was like, "Hey, well, what's up? I'm right near you. You around?" He was like, "Nope." That's where he was.
And if you texted me and be like, "Are you around?" I would say, "Nope."
I didn't get an invite to that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that one though. I'm kidding. You just looked at me so sad.
Marshall's saying this is a good roundtable talk. Yeah, I'm sitting here just being like, I am not up here with you guys. I'm just going to sit here quietly and nod.
You're so in.
Yo, if you guys could build a combo, like genie in a bottle scenario, pick a combo that you want to see. What is it? Sky's the limit.
Me?
Anyone, everybody.
So it can be anything that hasn't been done yet?
Or, yeah, I mean, if it's been done, I mean, we know what it looks like. So, yeah.
Well, that's maybe because there's obviously variability in genes also, right? Sure. So, yeah. But okay, so anything not done. I don't have an answer yet. God damn it.
I know, and this probably sounds kind of basic, but the first project I ever wanted to start when I thought about breeding was doing clown lightning tide.
Okay.
That would look sick.
Yeah, I got to get the pieces, but,
But it would still look sick.
Yeah.
Especially if you could get like Enchi or something in there to really give you low white.
Yeah, push the pattern in. Yep.
Oops.
And then John's yelling in the background, Sini Suma pies.
That's pretty much they've been done, no?
Spot nose, yellow belly, a xanthic clown.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're taking a shot at that right
Will
now.
knows exactly why I'm saying that too. But
Yeah.
I'm actually the more I've thought about it, I am so excited to potentially hit one of those because I think it can look absolutely incredible.
It will.
The spot nose yellow belly clown looks amazing. So
it's gonna look nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
now,
man,
you pop Desert Ghost onto that, and I think that's one of the craziest animals.
Well, you know that we made the Motley double heads for that project too, right?
Yep.
So I could have spot nose yellow belly PPI clowns in 3-4 years. So who the fuck knows what's next?
Ooh, that's
Sunset
interesting.
Ultramel White Lace.
White lace.
Jeez.
Jesus. Somebody's thinking big time.
I think Sunset in the albino stuff might be crazy.
That's what I'm waiting to see.
Yeah.
Very, very
Lavender.
cool. That's like the blood boas, I think it is. Like you take like a...
That would be equivalent, yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's what Miguel's working on those, right?
I think
the red
it is,
dragon, isn't it?
What is it?
Isn't it that red dragon or whatever it's called? Similar
Yeah,
to that, right?
it's, in theory, the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
If we could hit those colors in a ball python, it would be game changing.
Oh my
That
God.
would be insane.
It's coming.
I hope.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
I want to see new colors. I want to like... So the ones that I think are impossible to do, but I'm sure there's a way, I just got to figure it out, is green and blue. Like real green and blue. Not like how Hypo makes stuff blue. Like I want like real, like Justin's wall, that blue on a
Oh.
it's gonna be like or green, like real green. Like this green. I don't know how you do it. Enchi something.
Good start.
Jeez.
Good start.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
Adam already made this combo.
I can't think.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, I like to see that with Desert Ghost, which I'm working on. I can't, in terms of like a particular combo, I can't think of anything besides I think Cypress Clown has a big future. I don't know what direction to take it in, but I think that might be one of the most underrated genes mixed with Clown, or Cypress in general. I'm really interested in see how Cypress, combos unfold over the next few years.
What's up, Don?
Yeah, when I was up at Mordex's a couple weekends ago, they have a leopard Cypress Clown female, and she's got to be 1,500 grams, and that's probably one of the best aged clown combos I've ever seen. It's incredible looking. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, Jhun just showed us one that's like insane.
So much potential there.
Yeah. I agree. And Cypress and Spot Nose together are magic.
Yeah.
It works so well. So.
And another one like I'd like to do, but I gotta get all the pieces for it, would be like Ultramel Super Asphalt BG.
Jesus.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying like that would be nuts.
It will take me a long time to get there, but
has anybody
like to try
done an Ultramel BG yet?
Yeah.
Who?
A guy in Europe did one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not Dean, is it?
Cryptic or Krypton Ultramel DG.
Was it Dean?
Might have been Dean.
Oh, that's where our animal's coming from.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'll take me a while to get there, but that's something I'd really like to try.
But don't worry about the time that it takes, because...
Oh, no. I'm going to make the stuff I want to make for me, and...
It goes by so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like just yesterday, we just bought our first rack, and we're like, oh, I can't wait till we have, and, like, it's nuts.
Yeah. It's even not to think like, God, I'm pairing now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't fade either.
What does it feel like cutting that first egg open?
Don't.
You don't want to put
first clutch, let it hatch. Come on.
Let it pip.
Let it hatch. Like, you've gone through so much work. You've raised them from babies. You've gone this far. You saw the ovulation. You did the whole process. You can't wait 2 days?
I fucked up.
Come on.
I was gonna cut the clutch as soon as the first one pipped. That's what I was always told to do. So that was my plan.
Let your first clutch hatch. Then join the rest of the savages and let's cut them. But
I disagree. Let that first baby pip, and then you do you do what you want.
For your eggs, who the fuck is anyone to tell you what to do with your eggs? But
what about day 30 if you really want to? It probably won't work out well, but they're yours.
No, good there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that part.
I'll be completely honest with you, though. The feeling of cutting or hatching your first animal versus every other one that comes after, like, it doesn't get any less cool. It stays just as awesome. Watching animals come out and like their first shed, their fucking first meal, and it's such a cool feeling.
Yeah,
it is very cool to see that, and seeing them hatches is awesome.
Mm-hmm. That feeling when you go into the incubator and those animals are like out of the egg, and you can fucking like, it's so awesome. I'm so depressed my incubator is empty.
I was staring at mine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping like
it gets more and more and more exciting every year. That's the addiction.
Yep.
Because it's stuff you've been working on for years, all of a sudden is starting to come together, and then you hit it and you're like, okay, what's next? It just, there's just, it gets more exciting every single year. So if you think you're excited on your first clutch, your 300th clutch is even more exciting than that. It just gets better and better and better.
I can't wait because like my favorite morph is freeway. I love freeway, everything. And this year I have a potential freeway clutch. And I've never seen one in person, right?
And that just goes to show you. You always talk about how you're behind people and this and that. I've had multiple shots at freeways. I've never made one. Never. You're going to beat me to something. And it's going to be one of your first clutches you've ever had. Like, that's the nature of the beast.
Oh, my luck, I'll hatch out all yellow bellies.
The yellow bellies are still great. Don't complain.
Yeah, you won't
what?
know.
You won't even
yes,
know.
I will. Do you want to know what the pairing is? Mojave asphalt to ivory.
Well, then you know.
Well then. See, you're already ahead of us.
You.
I was like, I am not playing this game. I've got the ivory. No, we're not playing. Is it a yellow belly? Is it an asphalt? No.
I've thought about. I don't know if I may regret doing it, but I've thought about letting the entire season, 100+ clutches, hatch on their own. No cutting, no nothing. And then I can come to everybody with a sizable amount of data saying, cutting clutches saves babies. Here's the ratio out of 600 eggs. How many survive? How many don't? How many have twisted umbilical cords that could have been saved? Give you the actual, not just like lip service, but here's the actual numbers supporting why you should cut or why you should not cut.
I'll tell you what, I cut every single egg this year by day 52. Every single egg. I had, oh man, I can give you an exact count, but we probably had 80-something babies total. Out of the 80-something, I had 2 that I needed to intervene on. So the percentage, based on my small sample size from 2020, isn't that high. But it's still over 1% to 2%. So for me, personally, that's still enough.
Yeah. What I'm curious about is, when we see that they twist their umbilicus or whatever, is it us that caused that? because they freaked out when we cut. Now they're seeing light. Honestly, I've cut some eggs and they look perfectly fine. I've gone back into the incubator an hour or two later. I'm like, motherfucker backed up and just retwisted himself. Yep. So now I have to step in because I cut it. So maybe it's us causing the issues. Maybe not.
I don't know, man. Okay, the way I look at it, we've been breeding ball pythons for 25 years, tops. These things have been alive for millions, and we're doing fine. The only reason that I can think of to cut an egg, you can use, a lot of people will use I'm going to save the baby thing. Don't get me wrong, I cut eggs, so I'm not saying it's right or wrong. But the only real reason that I can think of to cut the eggs is because you want to see what's in them. That's realistically what we're doing.
I think also if an egg is very concerning, like, mold or, very dried out, where, you might have to, cut it because you think it might just not make it, until, it pips. But yeah, other than that, I agree. You just want to see what's in there.
There's nothing wrong with that. I do it. I'm telling you, I do it. I just think that I don't know, man. As I've cut so many eggs, I'm just kind of like, there's something nice about letting them hatch. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Just it is what it is, right?
I lied. I had one animal pip on its own this year. And it's because I was actually up at Michelle's back in March. It was my first clutch. One egg pipped. Oh, thanks, babe.
I kind of like
Here for the win.
Holding out.
Love you. I feel like I would have appreciated it a lot more if when I actually saw the pipped egg, the animal was sticking its head out, but it wasn't. I just saw the slit and it was still inside. So
no, I can't wait. That's what I'm excited for.
At the end of the day, do whatever you want with your eggs. Realistically, yeah.
Probably what will happen is I'm sitting there incubating and one pips, and then I'm going to panic.
Don't panic.
Why would you panic? That's the best part. You should be thrilled.
So I'm going to be like, do I let them go? Do I cut them? And then I'll probably just let them all crawl in.
They've made it that far themselves.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. All right, we're at 2:27. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes, see if anybody has any questions in the chat. You guys got 5 minutes to drop some questions. I mean, it's 12:30 here.
Yeah, this has been a good one.
This has been fun. I've learned a lot. This is why
I just left for you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Did you leave work early?
What?
Did you leave work early?
Yeah. I said I went for lunch. I never came back.
That's amazing.
Oh my god!
Oh, I already bailed last week. Bad, so I'm like, shit. Oh.
Like, I could understand if it was like a big YouTuber show or something, not me with like 100 subs.
Hey, you popped my YouTube Sherry. This is my first live.
Really?
Yeah.
I seem to pop everybody's YouTube Sherry.
Yeah, so you got Adam and Jhun in the same one.
Yeah. Well done.
It's like a gangbang.
Overachiever.
Woo-hoo!
All right, so now I gotta go. Cut it.
Well, it's like I'm regretting doing this now.
That's all good. Good
as
time.
long as you edit out the last 5 minutes, it's fine.
This is live. We can't edit it out.
You can after, I think.
No, I don't think you can. I think it uploads as is.
It uploads as is. I could technically go in and download it and then re-edit it.
And then re-upload it and delete the original.
And then yeah.
Stupid.
But the thing is then I lose any of the minutes watched from this. So
do you? No, I don't think you lose minutes watched if you delete a video.
No?
I don't think so, because it's still something you did. Like
I also don't want to go back and listen to me talk.
I think you just lose any. If you hit certain milestones on the video, I just think you lose any additional stuff from that.
The hell's a Sir Canada, Lilo?
Give him a break. He's French.
Hey, don't pick on the French Canadians.
What are you guys most excited for this coming season?
Are we asking? Are we saying one clutch? Are we just saying in general? What are we most excited for?
I don't know.
Let's say clutch. If out of your entire collections, one animal, one female, you can guarantee to lay for you this season, what would it be? And what's the pairing?
Yeah. I want to hear you guys' answers.
Someone go first.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I have that leopard ODYB pastel head clown female that I'm putting to a butter cinnamon clown. I think some Cine ODYB leopard clown shit would be amazing. Really hoping that boy's not lesser, like Will thinks he is, because that'll make some white snakes. But yeah, I just think there'll be some crazy ass shit.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah. I'm excited about that super gravel, super entry clown possibility.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be a badass animal if I could hit it. Other than that, I got a stranger head clown girl. Probably like 5,000 grams. I'm taking the same male to that. So, maybe get some gravel entry stranger clowns where you can lay it up for some of the highway stuff in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what about you, Jim?
That's the super?
I gotta look at the snake first. What's that?
This is the animal I got from Adam.
Fuck.
This thing's so fucking crazy.
And I want a baby from that.
Thing that you're not, well, it's kind of picking up, but it's got all these black freckles. This thing's so cool.
I was gonna say
super GHI Mojave head clown female.
Look at Will's eyes. He's so getting that snake. You just fucked yourself. He just got
until I get a baby from it.
I'll fight Will to keep this one.
Yeah.
I know his tactics now.
Ball python wise, I'm probably most excited about this pairing. Can you even see that? Oh, where is that?
Stupid.
So that's from the golden pied stuff that I'm working with. I don't know what it is or what's really going on. Everything popping out is just insane. They're in shed right now, so I can't even show it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're in shed. But yeah, I want to see what that is. And so the male, he's an orange dream golden pied head clown. Females, golden line yellow belly pied possible head clown. So that could be. I want to see what do two goldens do together. If there's a super, or if it's just a lineage thing. I want to see if they prove double head, head clown. So I'll make the super golden orange dream yellow belly clown pied if they prove out.
Wow.
And that's the one I'm looking most forward to. I'm looking to prove out all. Remember, I told you I held back a shitload of 50% head clowns. Pied combos. I want to prove all of those girls out with my male. So that's another thing I'm looking forward to. And the last one is I'm trying to breed my some more Angolans and Bloods. So it's gonna be the first time for
Bloods
those two.
So cool.
I need to. Oh, they're so awesome, man. Your Angolan stuff's cool.
Yeah, they're neat, and they take forever. I've been raising them for a few years now. They have to be like 5 years plus.
Oh wow!
It's age more than anything for them, so it takes a while. Yeah.
What about you, Will? Most anticipated
thing. Hard question to answer. I mean, lots of stuff, right? But if I had to pick one female, probably DG puzzle female. It's gotta be like, or I've got a what is she? She's a pastel yellow belly red stripe hurricane het clown.
Oh my god!
Putting her to a Wookiee Enchi clown. So
Wookiee Enchi clown. Have you posted that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't think I saw it. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, it's on my story right now, breeding a desert ghost.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I think that clutch has the potential for just magic. You know, like who knows? Ideally, you hit like a Wookiee Enchi, red stripe, yellow belly, hurricane clown, and then take it and go back into your desert ghost.
And then Adam has to add a couple to his clown stuff, and then you guys are gonna fight about it. And
yeah,
the Bloods.
Oh, pretty.
There are not enough people working with Bloods in Canada.
They have a bad rep, right?
So. They do. They're so cool.
They're a someday animal for us. I need to learn more before I consider getting into it.
I just need some space. Like I can barely keep the balls I need right now. So once I have more space, we'll be branching out.
Bull snake. Bull snakes are what I want to get into next.
Can you show us the rubidus?
Yeah. You just ate, but yeah, 1 second.
I just put a deposit on a pair of these, so I didn't know you had them.
Indigos?
Yep.
Yeah, Mexican.
Nice.
This is what they do.
Fucking love indigos.
What to handle? See how they puff up their face and chin and everything?
God, I want a pair of those so bad.
Oh my god, those are cool.
Just calm down.
Have you fed him a snake?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I've wanted a pair of those ever since Cusco got his pair. They're such neat snakes.
GHI have puzzle you can feed him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. And then he just chills after like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's so cool. I put a deposit down. The guy didn't have any available, so I had to wait till next year. But I'm excited about it.
In Canada, or did you go through Black Pearl?
No, in Canada.
Wow.
And they're the Guerrero Reds or the Blackface?
Supposed to be blacks.
Is it Vannon?
Who?
Oh, it's probably Chris.
It's Chris, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris has Easterns too, but his weight list is like fucking.
I tried, man. That was a experience where like ball pythons generally you can like start a negotiation. I was like, dude, what does it take? And he's like, time. Call me in 2025.
Dylan wants to know what you like working with more, the indigos or the Angolans.
This is probably one of my favorite snakes I have in the collection. Like, it's freaking cool. This is what he does. Like, now that he's chilled, he's good. The Angolans, neat, ball python-like, but fucking bitchy. Like, they're bitchy. But yeah, you know what? I'd say the indigos over that. They're just such a cool animal.
When it's feed time, it is like food aggressive, yeah?
Yes?
Yeah.
It'll jump from the back of the cage to the front in like a second.
Yeah.
Like it'll fly out onto the floor looking for what the hell it smells.
Yeah.
So,
that's so cool. I love those things.
How big do they get?
Big.
These ones,
Good
they'll
size.
get they'll hit about 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet. Males are actually bigger than the females are.
But they've got a good body size on them too, Kathleen. Like
they do.
Yeah. They're as round as a big ball python. They can, not quite that round and long, but they're so fast.
Yeah.
They're a big snake that moves really quickly. It's like a giant corn snake. Right? The way they move really fast.
Very similar to the Boega stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm still learning about species.
What was that?
I wish I could have Boega.
Oh, man.
Why can't you have them?
Legal here. Rear fang venomous.
Oh, my God.
Do you have hognose?
I can't even have hognose. Not in Winnipeg. If I'm outside of Winnipeg, it's all right, but
I can send you in. Don't worry. I'll get it there.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But Kathleen's like, oh, I don't want it. She's taking her ears out. Nope.
Nope, done with it. No.
Well, like some indigos are bigger than the others. The Easterns get bigger than the Mexicans.
Easterns get a little bigger, yeah. And then if you go with like black-tailed Crebos and stuff, they get pretty big too. Yeah.
We're looking at getting like a king snake in case we get like deformed hatchlings and things like that. I don't like the idea of wasting. So at least if we have like a deformed hatchling or something, it wasn't a waste. Does that make sense?
We had the cat snakes, and whenever I had stillborn hognose, it was awesome to have them. They're more than happy to eat eat snakes. So got to get a couple more of those. The ones we got in, we were told were captive bred, and then found out after they died that they were not captive bred, and they were actually wild caught. So that wasn't great, but I would love to keep an actual pair of captive bred. We had the green cat snakes, and they're just amazing. Yeah.
Oh, Marcelago, you're in Winnipeg?
Yeah, come visit. There's nothing here.
He's right across the border.
Winter.
North Dakota? Grand Forks? Or are you more in Minnesota?
I think he was Minnesota, I think.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys in Minnesota. Yeah. I checked out the expo there maybe 2 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah. You guys know that Marshall got snake keeping allowed in his town, right?
Really? Yeah, it's only like 7 hours for me. And I drive there almost every summer.
Yeah.
That's
Not
cool.
there, but yeah, I'm usually in Minneapolis, St. Paul's area, just with the family. And they have a huge hobby following over there.
Wow.
You guys think we're going to have expos this year?
I hope so.
Me too.
I hope.
I've been to one 2 weeks ago.
What? See, I think it could be done if it's controlled properly, but a lot of people just don't want to risk that, right?
I think there will be. However, I don't think my province will let us go.
I'm praying the CRB happens. Just praying it happens in 2021.
I almost decided to do Arlington, just past Arlington. I almost did it, but we couldn't travel recreationally, but because I could travel for business purposes, so I would have technically been able to go, but I couldn't do the quarantine coming home. Once I came home, it was a 14-day, and I was like, this is just, for a 2-day show to lose 2 weeks is not. Yeah. It just didn't.
What's Canada's beef with berms?
They're here. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know we had one.
They're not they're not legal where I live.
I'm not in a position to get a giant snake right now. I think they're awesome. I have no problem with them.
Yeah, my province is strict on big snakes, and there's a reason why they're strict on big snakes, but I won't get into that.
Canada has some shitty bylaws.
I'll never own a big snake, and it's not because I have an issue with them or anything. It's because I'm scared of them. They're big, man. We were at the Reptile, and I don't really have any experience with retics or anything like that. And Brian put I think it's Lucy or something like that, the retic. I was like, this thing's like, I felt like a mouse. I was like, like this thing, I'm toast.
No, there's berms up here, and retics and stuff. It's just
each province also has different provincial exclusion lists too.
Not only that, but then even the provinces that allow them, certain municipalities won't, because there's a lot of length restrictions on snakes, unfortunately. But
it's crazy. Where I am, you can keep balls. You can't keep anything big or anything venomous, but you literally drive 4 minutes down the road into the next municipality, keep venomous, keep retics, keep crocs. But I'm like, really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's funny.
If you had to, just rent a facility 4 minutes down the road and be like, I'm good. You know?
So we just moved, but the last town I was in, it was actually illegal by municipal bylaw to walk outside with the snake as a necklace.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Douchebags.
Like, I mean, I've taken, like, I took a ball python out for, like, the neighborhood kids to see, right? And just had it there. But
I have Karens all over where I live. So I hide everything. Even when I'm packing for freaking expos, I am having blankets over all my shit. Like,
Karen.
Well, I guess it depends where you live too, right? If people are all right with it. Like, I have a condo in my back lane that called they threatened to call the Humane Society on my tortoises because my tortoises didn't have a swimming pool to swim in.
Oh, because they're big swimmers, aren't they?
Yeah, your turtles don't have water. Okay.
They're not turtles, jackass.
Wait. Did you post something about that?
You did. Yeah, I remember.
Did you get like a note?
I put a note like "fuck you."
Yeah.
Karen,
Oh my god.
And I screwed it to my fence facing the condo block. Like,
Corey, it's past your bedtime. You're 16. Go to bed, and I am not a Karen.
Man, I feel bad for somebody. I know someone named Karen that's actually a nice person. I feel so bad because I'm like, Karen, you know, like.
John's sister's named Karen, and she won't let people call her that now. She goes by her other name, like her middle name, because of the Karen stuff. Yeah. All right, guys, we're at 2:45. Anything you want to say before we go? It's like almost 1 o'clock here, and I'm a little tired.
I'm not going back to work.
My wife just handed me a cat, so I'm good.
Well, I mean, it's been very lacking of the cats in this podcast.
No, they were there. They were just kind of like on the cusp. Like at one point, she was like on the one side of the screen, and then I had the other cat on my lap. They've been around. You just had to pay attention.
Is that a Maine Coon?
Yeah, she's a purebred Maine Coon.
That's so sick. Like, it's like little lions.
So this is actually from Michelle.
Okay.
She actually bred her. This is Rem. She's something, that's for sure.
I can't really have cats. My dog's not super cat friendly.
Yeah, we are not in a position to have a dog, so we have too many cats.
she's not I don't think she's aggressive. She just like she's a pointer, right? So she like any small animal that moves, she's like in its face. And
now this one's here. And it's just a cat.
Meanwhile, my dog thinks the rats are his best friends.
That's what's next for you, Chris. Savannah cat.
I want a Savannah so bad. That'd be so cool. We just don't have the space.
Very cool.
Oh my God. All right.
All right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming on, especially last minute. I appreciate it. You guys are now out of the 27th. You don't have to do it again.
Why not?
I'm going to hold you to that.
I mean, I'll do it again.
If you want. If you want
really
to.
Fun.
Yeah, I've actually learned a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm still learning everything, so I sat quietly a bunch of it, but I learned a lot tonight. So I appreciate it.
The best way to learn in this hobby is to listen.
And make mistakes.
Oh,
so yeah, I dare you.
Lots of mistakes.
I've made a lot of mistakes. You should have seen me how long it took to build our first rack.
But honestly, I'd be super grateful that somebody did it before you, because I can't imagine the guys in the 90s and all the mistakes they'd be making keeping. I mean, coming in for a new person now, it's very, very, I think it's fairly well, I feel like it's fairly welcoming of newer people. You still get haters, but fuck them. So like, it's very welcoming. Just reach out, ask people questions. People that have been doing it for a while, ask them a question. Most people are just normal people, give you answers, you know?
And I think that's why I like doing this, so I can bring other people along for the ride.
Doing shrooms at an expo?
I'm not going to my first expo with him, apparently.
Probably be the best expo you go to.
Khalil's amazing. So
he's in Quebec, is he?
He is.
Yes.
He's like
he's like my he's my neighbor.
You should meet him.
I live in Edmonton, New Brunswick, with the other side of town. like 25 minutes from my door is Quebec.
But
and then Maine is 5 minutes from my door. So yeah, everyone's like, "Where's New Brunswick?"
We really need to get an expo going. It's the biggest thing from 2020 in this social interaction.
I want to go to my first expo.
I'm just happy that first expo happened in February before it all shut down, so I could get that clown off you, Will.
Which one? Oh yeah, the spot.
Yeah, that the only one that happened this year, and it just happened to be that one. So worked out for me.
It worked really well. I'm still trying to get that clown from Adam. Man, that thing's
that guy's not for sale.
Everything's for sale. Everything.
Someone offered me $30,000 for that thing.
Really?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
wow.
No, it's not for sale.
That ass.
I would have been like, "It's for sale. I can make it again."
Yeah. Can you?
I mean that.
I would try.
That's bro. What was the pairing that made that, by the way? Head to hat?
Yeah, head to head. Like that goes to show, like, my least anticipated clutch of the year ended up being my best one.
Yeah.
So, I think there's more to it because I've seen those combos before. You know, it's just something about it that's different.
It's insane. Like it's. I'm not joking when I say it's like definitely top 3 clowns of the year. So congrats.
I still think it's my favorite I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
If you get bored of them, like,
what'd you say?
If you get bored of looking at them, I mean, we can.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
And now I know why Chris sold those female desert goats.
He is relentless. It's ridiculous. Like, I kid you not, it was like every couple hours he was like, "So," it's like, "Fuck."
It was not that bad.
I'll show you the messages.
Oh yeah, well, it worked out, right?
Oh, hey, he knows what he's doing apparently, because
I remember when you hacked them. I was like, man, I would like kill for a female desert ghost, and you were like, not for sale.
Do you know how many people were like, "I thought they weren't for sale"? I got so much shit.
It was like 2 days after I fucking asked you. Thanks, fucking guy.
Oh my god!
The other person that's
so
like,
many people
like just took my pride and joy is Jhun. He ripped my heart out of my chest.
Well, that's a lie. Come on now. See, the shit thing is, he says that. I know he had a fucking breeder size one at home.
But I could have had 2.
Come on.
Hey,
I knew it was happening too. It was like every. So I owed him, we had done a trade, and I owed him a specific mountain trade, and it was like every clutch. I was like, "What about this?" He's like, "No, not that." He's like, "What about this?" He's like, "No, not that."
I called it up before I even
asked, and he's like, "That."
It was on the list before I even had it. Like months
I was wrong. That's not what it is.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Honestly, it's such a sick project. So
I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I can offer you guys a 6 female pastel this year.
Cool. I'll take it.
Really up your collection, take it to the next level. Yeah.
I've been looking for a sick pastel female.
A sick, sick. It's got like an RI or something. Or?
Yep, exactly. That's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah.
Those ones produce the best, didn't you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
I just realized it's after midnight. I'm at a quarantine. So we're done this. I'm going to go run down the street and back and then go to bed.
Well, congratulations for being out of quarantine. That's amazing.
That is amazing. I mean, nothing's worse than getting a phone call saying you're 6-year-old autistic child was in contact with COVID, and now the whole family has to shut down.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, and getting tested every 4 to 5 days and putting her through that.
Well,
Oh.
I think it's late for everybody. So
yes, it's late for everybody.
I'm gonna fuck off now. So,
thank you guys for coming on. If nobody's following these guys, I don't know. I'm gonna add links in the description. I haven't had a chance yet because of the last change. Nick and Jules, we're thinking about you. Lots of love and healing thoughts. Yeah. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
yeah, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys on the next one.